$100, really? I cannot imagine that we're Super Bowl bound this year. All right, hold on. We have a lot of stuff coming. In fact, I've got an early story we got to get to that I need to do early because it's probably not a good idea to do late. So hold on. Back in a minute. MJ Morning Show live on Q105. Back in a minute.
Well, a good report. Just took a ride.
98.5, MJ here with Fester and Roxanne and Froggy. On our first day back in 2022, we are back live. So for all those that said, where are you? Hey, Fester, you got to turn this stream off. It's going to be very distracting for me because it's not.
Well, you don't want to watch yourself not synced up?
Well, exactly. Yeah, we're in beta right now. We're in a beta test of our live stream. So we'll let you know all about that when the time is quite right.
You looked great, though.
Thank you. For the MJ Morning Show full morning show stream. We'll give you all details on that in just a bit. No, but folks are like, when are you coming back? It's like Christmas Day. I'm getting emails. I'm having withdrawal. When are you coming back live? Well, first of all, I know that we have a lot of fans to the show that do listen cover to cover. So if they don't get to listen live every day to every single segment from 6 o'clock until the end at 9:45 or so, that they do catch up on whatever they missed by listening to the podcast, which Coop has available by 11 a.m. every day. But it's amazing how many emails, people expecting us not to take Christmas vacation. Listen, Fester, how long have I been taking 2 weeks vacation over Christmas with you guys?
Since the actual birth of Christ.
Thank you very much. Exactly.
He's not that old.
I got to say, I think this might have been the longest Christmas break because we took...
Why?
Yeah.
We took a Thursday. We took the Friday off before we left.
What do you mean we took a Thursday? No, we worked,
Okay.
we worked Thursday.
Okay, we worked Thursday. We took a Friday.
Yeah.
So we had 2 weeks, and the 2 weeks were each bookend by weekends and an extra day.
Bookended.
But that.
By the Friday and then the Monday, which was yesterday.
Right.
Gotcha.
It did feel like a long break.
It wasn't that long. I mean, the world pretty much comes back today. A lot of schools start today, as we said, and a lot of businesses. Listen, our Beasley Media Studios were officially closed yesterday.
Right.
Our offices. Yesterday was the observance of January 1 as far as the company holiday goes.
Did I get mail yesterday? I have to check my mailbox. I don't know.
No, I believe mail ran yesterday. The stock market was open yesterday. So, I mean, the world wasn't totally closed yesterday, but a lot of stuff starts today. All right. We got to get into Betty White later on. Can you believe she dies just a couple of weeks shy of 100?
And somebody jinxed her.
Okay.
Well, People Magazine jinxed her is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
None of that's the issue. Is that she dies just as 2021 is trickling out.
Yeah.
As people are getting dressed or
Yep.
excited for the end of the year.
Exactly.
And Happy New Year.
I know.
Wah, wah, wah.
I mean,
More like...
it seems like she had a pretty good life.
She
I mean,
did.
doesn't everybody just chill out?
99.999 Seriously.
I have bars of silver. That is like the same. Like 99.99%.
Cool.
I think Betty White ought to...
Aw.
I think she ought to grace U.S. currency.
For real, she should be on
Yeah.
the dollar
Yeah.
bill.
We got to take...
She isn't?
take Thomas Jefferson off of the nickel.
What did he do, really?
Let's put Betty White on the nickel. What do you think?
I mean, she was such a... It was like everybody was just dreading the day. And it happened, and look, we all lived.
All right, we'll get into Betty White in much more detail later on. Rest in peace, man. She lived a hell of a life. Amazing woman. That Saturday Night Live appearance she did, what year was that? When did she do the SNL appearance?
I don't.
1962. I
No,
think.
it was just a couple of years ago. She
Doing
did
the
Yeah,
Jack,
it was
SNL.
she did a Jack Parr show, for God's sakes.
It was fantastic. I mean, she was great.
I was literally reading an article about the secret to her longevity, and then the next day she died.
Yes.
But
Whiskey.
She got her
People-
start with Charlie Chaplin.
People Magazine, with maybe the worst timing ever. People Magazine hits the stands with Betty White turns 100. Funny never gets old.
Nah.
Funny.
She dated Harpo Marx, for God's sakes. She's old.
Terrible timing for People Magazine. I mean, really. All right, but did you hear about the rumor? A horrific rumor was going around on what killed Betty White. Did you hear about this?
What? She choke on cheesecake?
No, her people, like her publicity folks, they had to say, no, Betty White did not die from getting the booster shot. And
Come on.
That is true. That is a silly rumor, a stupid rumor, stupid disinformation that was floating around. That Betty White died when she got her COVID booster shot.
Yeah, she had it the day before.
She died from being 1,000 years old.
She did not get it the day before. But that was a rumor floating around. We'll get into all this later on in more depth. I did mention just a few moments ago that I had an early story I wanted to get to. It's not that bad. Maybe it's a good idea not to do this particular item in full force while like parents might be driving the kids to school. And it's still early, so I thought I'd get this out of the way early. This is funny. It's a funny story.
I mean, to follow up Betty White's death, it better be funny.
It's a funny story, but some people might say, you know what? Do I need my kids hearing? All right, it's really not that bad. I try to be sensitive to such things. Did you hear about the bizarre tweet that beer maker Pabst Blue Ribbon put on their Twitter feed?
No, and I love following PBR news.
Yeah, I mean, usually when PBR speaks, I listen, but I missed it.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, the beer maker, which a lot of folks kind of poo. I'm not a beer drinker. In fact, Fester, you know the deal. I hate beer. I just can't. I don't get it.
So filling.
I don't besmirch anybody that likes beer. I know that there are craft beer junkies. The way that I love the intricacies of red wine, I know there are beer maniacs, and I respect you. I appreciate you. I know there are people that just love beers, the craft beers, the mainstay brands.
This one has hops and barley in
Well, I
it.
think they all do.
And this one has seeds in it. Check it out, dude. It tastes like crap.
I think they all do. No, but listen, I respect anyone who likes beer. And, of course, we got all these microbreweries all over the place, all these craft beers. Listen, how many are in Tampa? We got a bunch of craft beers right here.
Oh, yeah, they're all over the place, yeah.
They are. Anyway, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I saw it.
Did you just see this?
Yeah, Roxanne follows PBR, yes.
Well, obviously, I just tipped you off and you looked it up, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. She's had a couple
This is
PBRs.
bad.
Pabst Blue Ribbon on Monday took down a tweet that made its way onto its feed. The official blue checkmark Pabst Blue Ribbon official Twitter feed. They put up a tweet against those abstaining from drinking in January. And we'll get into this even, in more depth later on about dry January. There are people that swear off drinking for the month of January.
I thought it was October.
What?
I thought it was Sober October.
Oh, October's Oktoberfest.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying not to drink this month.
So
I'm with you.
How's it going 3 days in?
Pabst Blue Ribbon, they tweet out yesterday, not drinking this January, try eating ass. What?
Wait a minute.
I mean,
Say what?
got a lot of thoughts about this.
I choose to withhold comment.
What?
Yes. I mean,
And when someone on Twitter asked the company what the tweet against dry January was about, it said it's about ass and eating it.
Who got a hold of this account?
I don't know.
Is this your social media manager?
Was
who's
this
like,
a hack?
Yeah.
Anyway, the tweet went viral, and everyone was shocked that a major brand would be, that, in your face, and that it's sort of profane,
It's like Andrew Dice Clay took over the account.
Oh.
and that they would go after those that want to abstain from drinking alcohol in the month of January. And, well, the tweet then disappeared. So there was no response to all the people that are saying, what are you guys tweeting about here? What is this? So they did not respond. They just removed the tweet. So the tweet was deleted. And then that's all we know. So who put that tweet up?
All right, I don't have much of a palate, but I would imagine that as far as tastes go, PBR, I mean, it's pretty good.
My God, who put that tweet up?
all right, so Slim
It's a
Jim,
hack.
Slim Jim has followed up with a reply. The legal department must be off until January 4th.
So wait a minute. That's the official Slim Jim.
Slim Jim.
The Slim Jim,
Slim Jim's coming in and taking shots?
the mystery meat snack.
Just making an observation.
Slim Jim said in response to Pabst Blue Ribbon, Legal must have been off on the 4th.
Until the 4th.
Until the 4th.
Yeah, they get back
Yeah.
today.
When is Chester Cheetah tweet? It ain't easy being assy. All kinds of trademarked cartoon characters.
But
They tweeted this at 8:30 in the morning yesterday.
Yeah,
So
yesterday-
it's not like it was a drunk tweet.
not drinking this January, try eating ass. I mean, what?
Is this the best thing to happen to PBR?
From Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Is there really a negative to this for PBR? Well, who's so?
I mean, if you're gonna hack it, don't you think you would put a lot more than just that?
You know, I'm seeing some of the retweets and Twitter feed on this, and it says I'm extremely disappointed in PBR for deleting this. I mean, the reaction is completely different than what you'd expect from any other company.
There are people that want the ass-eating tweet to remain
I want it to be what are they called? The ones that stick at the top, the stickies, right?
pinned.
Pinned. Okay, yeah.
Dickies, what an ass!
Oh, pin the tail on the donkey? Ass?
Okay.
Try eating ass. Maybe they're talking about eating donkey.
No, you missed the whole point of this tweet, MJ. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure they mean butt.
Are we ever going to get an explanation? Who at Pabst Blue Ribbon tweeted that out? Or were they hacked?
No, they weren't hacked.
You know, if it was hacked, it would have been a lot worse, don't you think? That was sounds almost planned.
It
Now,
does.
now I got to follow Pabst Blue Ribbon.
And PBR's getting all kinds of attention from it. Seems to have worked. Maybe they hired like a 16-year-old for marketing.
We ought to take calls later on and just ask folks, you know, how many of our listeners do the Drive January thing where you don't drink alcohol during the month of January?
Okay, thank God you went with that. I was going to ask. I thought you were going to go the other way.
No! All right, hang on. I got a great pile of first morons in the news in 2022 next. Hold on. Back in minutes, MJ Morning Show, Q105.
Well, here we go with an act.
5 and the early morons of the news. At least this is batch number 1. Just a lot of stuff. And first is from one of our favorite places, just a little bit north of here. What?
Oh, no. Already?
Yes.
I mean, the year just started.
I mean, we're just
All right,
getting
so when
started.
I say morons of the news, just a little north of here, what am I talking about?
Citrus County.
The Villagers!
I'm telling you, that Village's news site is just a gold mine. It's
better than TMZ's heyday.
yes.
My kid sings the Village's little jingle. We're driving, and I hear in the back, the Village. I'm like, what are you doing?
I haven't seen this commercial in a while.
Well, she hears it from the show, of course.
Yeah, but it used to run like every 8 minutes on Fox News.
Joe Biden used to sing it a lot. I
All right, I love this. It's a classic Villages story with a little bit of a twist. Let me test you guys. What is one of the themes that always seems to pop up in the humongous, sprawling retirement community of the Villages?
Lovers quarrels.
That's a good one.
There are, 60-year-old, 70-year-old, 80-year-old lovers. We've had those stories in the past, but even more so.
I have a guess.
What is more ubiquitous when it comes to the Villages and breaking news items?
Drunken fights.
Yeah, a lot of drunk old people there, yeah.
Good answer, good answer.
Not really.
Son of a-
Survey says.
Damn it, Steve Harvey.
You got the drunken part right. Come on, guys.
I mean, the mode of transportation.
Hold on. What did you say?
Golf cart crashes
Yes.
with alcohol involved.
Yes. That Roxanne. Yes, 100%. That's what I'm aiming at.
I was going to say swinging next.
There's just that also. There's just a ton of stories out of the Villages where you've got these elderly folks that are drunk on their golf carts. Well, we've got a new twist to this because typically we've had stories of people drunk on a golf cart and they run into stuff. They crash their golf carts. Well, guess what? This is a little bit of a different twist. You got a villager, a 79-year-old guy. He was driving a regular truck, and he smashed into a whole bunch of golf carts.
I don't know what's so funny about that.
No way.
That's awful.
Move your easy cart, piece of crap. That's right. Take a side swipe from this.
That's terrible.
Guess what?
How many
Anybody got
carts?
hurt?
Yeah, how many carts?
I'm going to tell you. Villager was arrested New Year's Eve after his SUV plowed into 3 golf carts.
Wow.
Now, luckily, they were parked. These were parked golf carts. Wildwood police were called about 8:49 p.m. Friday night, New Year's Eve, to the parking lot behind the Dunkin' Donuts at Brownwood Paddock Square
Nothing good happens.
to
there.
investigate a crash in which a vehicle struck multiple golf carts. A witness pointed officers towards 79-year-old John Paul Tupin
It's Tubin. Get it right.
of the village of LaBelle North. He was driving a gray GMC sport utility vehicle,
That's right.
which caused the crash.
On New Year's Eve?
Drank too much. Yep, New Year's Eve.
You
What was his
guys
blood?
know that Dunkin' Donuts parking lot with all the carts? You know that one? I'm about to get Spanky Spangler on those bitches.
Were you about to say what was his blood alcohol?
Yeah.
It was high.
0.999.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
What happened was, obviously, John Paul here got word that his chance to get with Betty White's over.
Oh, JP.
And he was so distraught. He just got
My gosh, she's a youngster compared to her.
lit.
So, Mr. Tupin, he told the cops that he put the SUV in drive rather than reverse
Oops.
and struck the parked golf carts. So he hit one and then smashed that golf cart into 2 others. So 3 golf carts were damaged.
Oh, I want to see the video. No video?
Tupin was transported by ambulance to the UF Health
What?
Villages Hospital.
No.
The golf carts messed him up in his truck?
They gave him a field sobriety test. So he said he was injured and he needed to be taken to the hospital.
My liver hurts.
Well, guess what? There was time from the accident to when they
Yep.
finally were able to test him. That might have been his ploy. This might not have been a fogged up 79-year-old guy.
No, don't test me yet. Don't give me a couple minutes. No testing.
Take me to maybe he was hoping that delaying things would cause his blood alcohol level to drop a bit, because when they tested him, the breath samples registered a 0.107 and a 0.108.
Well, that's still drunk.
The only
It
thing
is
we
because
need,
it's
08.
0.08.
we
yeah.
need the footage of the elderly people inside the Dunkin' Donuts coming out with their coffee and French curlers, looking at their golf carts all smashed.
No, they weren't in Dunkin' Donuts at 8:49 p.m. They were the golf carts were parked behind the Dunkin' Donuts. So there must have been some other place.
It's open at 8:49. I've get my curlers
I
there.
don't think Dunkin' Donuts is open at 8:49
I think
p.m.
so. I think like Dunkin' Donuts might be like a 10 p.m. close.
You're asking Fester what time. You're challenging this man on donut facts?
That's a good point.
Dunkin' Donuts
That's
hours.
a good
He looks
point.
like the representative of Dunkin' Donuts.
I don't think Dunkin' Donuts is open at 8:49 p.m. anywhere.
It's a 24-hour Dunkin' Donut.
The
Wait,
one-
no,
Yeah, they're
the one- no, that's in
the
the
one.
that's in the Travel Plaza
Okay.
on the Florida Turnpike.
That one obviously would be. The Village's Dunkin' Donuts open till 7.
7 p.m.
Okay.
7 p.m. 7 p.m. Listen, if you hit the Dunkin' Donuts on 4th Street, right down the street from the radio station here in St. Pete, probably closes. Most Dunkin' Donuts are not open up at 8:49 p.m. is the point I'm trying to make.
Want a French curler at 9:15. They close so early.
Anyway, he was arrested, charged with driving under the influence. I just thought it was an interesting twist that instead of a drunken villager drunk on their golf cart running into stuff, here's a guy in a real vehicle smashing into 3 golf carts, all liquored up
Bumper
drunk.
cars.
It's a menace of a neighborhood.
All right, you ready for the next? Eugene, Oregon. Eugene. Yes. Police say that officers responded to reports of a man with an adult diaper on his head walking along the median of a major highway, Eugene, Oregon. By any chance, was it Antonio Brown? That's
It's Diaperhead, man. It's a new rap group.
There was a significant traffic disturbance and delay. It's the Beltline So it's the Beltline in Eugene, Oregon. That's what they call it. Officers finally made contact with the guy. They were able to quickly resolve the situation. We don't know why, but
I know this is gross, but as long as it was like a fresh adult diaper, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
That defeats the whole purpose.
now I know that there are different types of adult diapers. You know, we all know of Depend undergarments, the Depend brand.
Yes.
Isn't there something called like Serenity or something? What are all
Serenity.
what are all the different adult diaper brands?
Somebody hit the Google machine
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
one.
North Shore?
Roxanne just typed in. I can see her fingers. Adult diaper brands. So that's stuck in her search history forever now.
So
Thank you, MJ. Prevail. Attends. I like Prevail.
Prevail.
North Shore.
What? North Shore?
Only good for number ones.
Always has a line, too.
Always, do they really?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Bounty.
I just thought that's a really nice sight to see. Some guy in the middle of a median strip on a busy highway with an adult diaper on his head. But that's something that Antonio Brown might be doing very shortly.
Hey, listen, man. That guy's obviously got mental issues.
He does. Oh, listen.
So I have a hard time making fun of him. He went off his rocker.
He did. I mean, you know, all right.
Who hasn't been there, huh?
So maybe I should apologize that, you know, maybe we should not take cheap shots in it.
Well, you did.
All right. But listen, Antonio Brown, like the Bucks did not know what they were getting into with this guy. Come on. The meltdown clock was ticking. It already struck with the whole fake vaccination card that he had.
Vaccination card?
It's vaccination, MJ.
I know.
It's vaccination.
I'm doing my Wisconsin accent, all right?
So-
Vaccination.
Listen. From the second they brought him in, everybody's got the unspoken thing that everybody kind of acknowledged just by like a wink is eventually this whole thing's going to go to hell. And last year they won the Super Bowl. Did he score 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl? I mean, he did really well.
He did.
So they got what they needed out of the guy. And this year, it's not that great.
But nobody expected smooth sailing from Antonio Brown. No. The guy's a ticking time bomb. And obviously with the whole vaccination deal with his fake counterfeit vaccination card.
That's small potatoes now.
And then what happened, obviously, yesterday up in New Jersey at the Meadowlands at MetLife. I mean, that's Sunday.
Did you see the video closely? Because we're involved in the video somewhat. We know a person in the Antonio Brown video. Did you see it?
All right, hold on to that thought because we will get into that in the next segment.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we got a long segment coming up next. So hang on a minute. We'll get into, I don't know if we're going to do Antonio Brown just yet, but we have got a whole Antonio Brown, because there's a lot of stuff. There's a whole timeline. He's back, apparently, back in Florida. Is he back in his $6.5 million Broward County home? Does he realize that without big NFL money coming in that he might have an issue paying bills? Does this guy realize this?
It's just a job.
All right, hold on to that thought. I want to continue with morons in the news because I haven't even scratched the surface. Hold on. Back in minutes, MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, you want to start the new year off right? hold of Uni? What's the story?
yet.
All right.
He must be in the shower.
All right, we know somebody that was literally right next to Antonio Brown during the meltdown
On the field.
on the field on Sunday's game. Well, sideline, right, literally, well, technically on the field, not the playing field, but right on the sideline.
No, he was in the middle. He was on the 50-yard line.
So,
Of course he wasn't on the field. He works for the Bucks radio network
yeah,
thingy.
so Unitard, who was on the
Unitard. You got to explain. His name's Chris.
Well, no, his name is Unitard.
Unitard.
but how did
How did you get stuck
All right.
with that awful name?
who,
All right.
who named him Unitard? Was that me or somebody else?
It was you.
Was
You.
I mean,
Did he wear one?
No, funny you should say that, Roxanne, because he's a good guy.
I've handed out
He's the best.
I've handed out so many nicknames over the years. I've forgotten how many nicknames I've handed out.
Oh, slap chop.
Well, okay,
That's right,
so
slap chop.
Sham wow.
there was a period in MJ's life where he was very uncreative when it came to nicknames for people. And
Sanjay Gupta.
Unitard is one of those names. He thought the name was so funny that he said, the next intern we get, we're going to name Unitard. And the next day, Chris starts. He goes, your name is Unitard.
what-
He's like, okay.
What was that an amalgamation of?
You thought the word was funny.
Just a funny
It's
word.
just a
That's
word.
it.
Just a funny
Just
word.
like spatula, just like everything else.
A unitard is like a sexy lingerie.
It's a wrestling
yeah.
singlet. it's what like the Olympic wrestlers. That's a unitard.
Anyway,
Anyway, he was right by Antonio Brown. He must have heard the argument between him and who's the other guy?
I don't know.
Unitard is a great guy.
He's the best.
In fact, those that are MJ Morning Show aficionados and historians might remember that I had a race, a live on air, like a 50-yard dash race in the parking lot of the old studios on Gandy when we used to work for that company.
Hey, he kicked your ass, right?
Are you kidding me?
He was like 22. He didn't. I don't remember.
I blew his. Fester, would you please bring Froggy up to
I don't remember the
speed?
video. I know it's on YouTube.
Listen, there's a little controversy in it. We've never really addressed it.
There's
but
no controversy.
At the gun.
I blew his doors off.
at the gun, Unitard might have slipped on some loose gravel in the parking lot. I don't know that it was the best racing conditions. However, MJ did win.
You could look at it's called MJ Morning Show The Race on
Even
YouTube.
if, listen, even if he slipped, even if he didn't slip on gravel, I was going to kick his butt.
I don't know. He's got big old calves.
All right, Unitard is an amazing human being for a much different reason. He lets me use his YouTube TV login.
All right,
Man,
don't call
I
him
am-
out on that.
I'm eternally grateful to this guy.
Oh, he's the best.
Fester and his sham scams and blams.
If anybody has an HBO Max or a Paramount Plus I can borrow,
Oh,
I
will
would
you
appreciate
stop it, please?
I'm done paying the subscription fees.
I told you I'd give you an HBO Max for a Hulu password so I could watch the
guys,
I Live Lucy.
We went over this a couple of months ago. I can't condone this behavior of you guys taking money out of the stream. They've got to provide all this content. They're creating content. Dude, we're content providers.
We are?
Yes,
Is that what you call this?
We create content here on the MJ Morning Show.
If anybody would like a password to the backstagemjmorningshow.com, I'll give that out as well for an HBO Max.
Listen,
Fester, you're not going to use the airwaves of the MJ Morning Show to solicit, to pilfer passwords for online streaming so you don't have to pay $12.99 a month or
You're
$7.99 a month or $4.99 a month.
You're exactly
Come on.
right.
that's why we trade.
Fester at mjmorningshow.com. That's Fester at MJ.
I told you all the Academy or Police Academy movies are up on HBO Max, so let's do a trade. I want to watch the I Love Lucy
So
movie.
the deal with Unitard is that we used to call him Uni or Unitard. Unitard was the guy that I raced in the parking lot.
I found it. You did
and
beat him.
I blew his doors off.
That's not how I remember it.
This video. What do you mean? What?
Video was altered, I think.
Froggy is revisionist history.
You run very upright. I've never seen someone run with such great posture.
Yeah, short legs.
He's a Homo erectus. That's how they run.
What'd you call me?
Homo erectus.
All right. So I beat Unitard. But Unitard, how many years has he been holding the big, giant Lucite salad bowl microphone?
I think 10 years. I mean,
He's been doing it for a while.
long time.
Yeah. So Unitard,
You should come in and do it for our show.
he works for the Buccaneers.
Just have him in the corner of the big.
All right, folks, have you ever seen on the sidelines on football games, You ever seen the guys holding those huge, clear?
It's like a satellite dish
It's like a salad bowl at like some big salad bar at some restaurant
with a stick in the middle.
It's a huge, clear, half dome, it's like a dome. It's like a semicircle. It's called a parabolic microphone.
Pretty cool.
So the parabolic nature, it collects the sound, and there's a microphone in the middle to get the crowd noise, to get like the action on the field, to
and
get
Tom Brady going, that stuff.
To get that, to get like the hits of helmets, and it's a parabolic mic with a special microphone and then a collector. So you've seen the folks holding these on the sidelines when you watch NFL on TV. Unitard has been holding that for the Buccaneers radio network for, you say, what, over 10 years now?
For a long time.
He's going to be buried with that thing in his hands.
Unitard was literally right next to Antonio Brown when he rolled off the field. And Antonio Brown, just before he threw his jersey, you can actually see, this was just prior to Antonio throwing both of his garments, because he threw his black undershirt shirt into the stand at MetLife up in Jersey, and then he ripped off his white gloves.
This was amazing thing.
And then threw those up into the stands.
All right.
And Unitard literally was standing right next to Antonio Brown when he melted down, and this was right after he took off his jersey and his pads and chucked that on the sideline, and he's shirtless, and this is just before he chucks the black undershirt into the stands. And Unitard is right next to Antonio Brown. So we're going to try to get Unitard on and say, hey.
His face is like, what?
What? Yeah, there's a freeze frame of Uni on the sideline with Antonio Brown right in front of him, and Unitard's face is like, what the hell is happening
See,
here?
he's got to have some good information, though, that we're not getting, that they haven't yet released. If he was right there,
He had that
heard what
microphone.
happened
Why didn't he
before.
point that mic right at him?
I bet you Gene Deckerhoff has him sworn to secrecy.
Oh, my God. You're not going to say anything,
Boys,
Unitard.
you shut the hell up.
You're not going to say a darn thing, Unitard.
Oh, my.
Fetcher, try to call Unitard.
Did you
Did you call
get
him?
voicemail? What happened?
I haven't tried.
Hang on a sec. I'll dial him up here.
I've been texting him.
I mean, this really is a morons in the news segment.
What?
You know what happens with Antonio Brown?
Tell me.
And this is a serious question. Have you ever been at like an elegant dinner party, and in your head you think to yourself, what if I just jumped on the table right now and started dancing or singing or whatever? But you don't do it because you're able to control yourself,
So
your
you're
impulses.
saying that Antonio Brown.
He doesn't have that
Yeah.
controllability.
Well, listen, there's something mentally wrong with the guy. This wasn't going to be our. It's still not our full Antonio Brown meltdown segment. I've got two phone numbers for Unitard. I got one that starts with 382,
Yes,
and I've
that
got one
one.
that starts with 541.
The first one.
You sure?
No, he's not. Is he
Yes,
replying?
it is the first one.
Is he replying back to you?
It's the first one.
All right, here. All right, so grab my cell phone. I'm calling Unitard right now. See,
Unitard, what are you doing? It's the only time we need you.
Ever.
that's not true.
You bum.
All right, see if Unitard picks up the phone. Is it ringing?
It's ringing. It's
Okay,
ringing.
all right, let me know if Unitard. And I still got to get into the second chunk of the morons in the news.
Wait, is he even back in town? Oh, wait, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
So he is back.
He got back that night.
Dude, they fly back from New Jersey from MetLife Sunday night after the game.
All right, no answer.
What's he
What
doing?
a bum.
All right, well, it's still early. It's 7:08 in the morning here.
Oh, yeah. It's really early.
Give me my phone back fast. I don't want you to get like chocolate sauce all over my.
Too late. Too late.
I don't want peanut butter and jelly.
It's caramel.
Food all jammed in.
I got caramel. on
I've got the new Google Pixel 6 Pro over here.
The new Google Nougat.
I don't need you jamming like food crap inside my speakers and microphone holes on the bottom.
Pretty nice phone case you have.
Hold on, I can't get the charger cable in here. Oh, Fester's got crackers all jammed in there.
Oh,
It's the captain's wafers.
He's got Ritz crackers or Stacy's chips all jammed in there
Yeah.
already. I handed my phone for 2 seconds. He's got food all crammed in my slots. All right, this is horrific. Can you believe that two schmucks arsoned the southernmost United States point buoy, that big, huge landmark down at Key West? What the heck? Listen, there's video. There's video of these guys. Now, it's really kind of like body outline video, but someone's going to recognize these guys. As of late last night, I didn't see whether there was any kind of an arrest. But this is just horrific that these vandals, these arsonists, they set fire to the Key West buoy. I mean, I've stood right next to it. I've touched that buoy, on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, I think everybody who's been to Key West has touched this big piece of concrete.
I've been there and I've never touched it.
I never waited in that line. That line's 3 hours long.
That's why you go at 3 a.m. like these arsonists did, and they had the whole thing to themselves.
Roxanne, you never touched it?
No, I never touched that.
Why
You
did
never touched the buoy?
Why didn't you touch the buoy?
Touch the buoy, Rox.
Hold on, were you next to the buoy?
I mean, I was by it, but I didn't touch it.
You buy the buoy, but you don't touch the buoy?
Yeah.
Why didn't you touch the buoy?
Touch the
It
buoy.
was supposed to.
Why would you touch
It
the
was a
buoy?
thing.
No, you don't light it on fire. You can touch the buoy.
You rub the buoy. People rub it.
You rub it for good luck.
For good luck. Okay.
Because you're so close. Now I feel good.
There's a place called Kokomo.
Oh, my God. Thank you, Coop. Man, that just blasted in my ears. I was like, where's this coming from?
Gosh, Coop.
So what they did was they laid a Christmas tree, a dried out
Yeah.
Christmas tree at the base of the buoy.
And then torched the Christmas tree, which then damaged the southernmost point buoy in Key West. I mean, what were they thinking? And a streaming web camera caught these guys setting the Christmas tree on fire at Key West's southernmost point. This was early Saturday morning. And they were taking selfies. They can be seen taking selfie pictures in front of the buoy before they actually ignited the Christmas tree.
Wow, I wonder if you can see the fire from Cuba.
It was only 90 miles away, according to the buoy.
Wait, what is that fire over there?
The camera, the web camera, captures minute-by-minute images. It shows the little Christmas tree appearing right in front of the buoy.
Okay, it's no little Christmas tree. It's a 6-7 foot tree. Look how big it is.
It's a big dry one. Those are the more flammable ones when they're all dried out.
Yeah, I mean, it's already almost, a week and a half, a week after Christmas, right?
Yeah, that thing was probably cut down 2 months ago.
Wait a minute. Actually, exactly a week after Christmas. Exactly a week after Christmas. And these guys, first of all, 3 o'clock in the morning. This was 3:16 in the morning. As you know, the old saying, nothing good happens after, 2 a.m.? This was...
I think it's midnight.
All right, so Key West police on Monday said they have identified but have not found the 2 suspects.
Yeah, all right, so I did not see that yesterday, but I knew that there must be some update because while you can't see distinct, clear pictures of their faces, you can see their bodies, you can see their outlines. And what have I always said about that? If you have a masked gunman that goes into a convenience store, for instance, and sticks up the clerk, and let's say there's video surveillance that's released, it ends up on TV, the cops are touting it, even if the person's face is covered, there are going to be friends and relatives that are going to know exactly who that is without even seeing their face.
Well, this webcam video here, the still image from the webcam is very telling because you know who this guy is instantly because he wears black socks with shorts.
And Vans.
It's like you.
Looks like he's got Vans on, black socks. He's got long board shorts, and he's got a backward baseball hat. So they light the tree on fire right next to the buoy, and they damage the thing. It was captured at 3:16 a.m. Damage shows...
Hey, this is going to be awesome. Watch this.
Damage shows all kinds of burn marks on the side. They're going to have to repaint the buoy.
Oh, my gosh. They ruined the whole thing.
Yeah, the city's already been out there. I think they've been making repairs already.
All right.
What if he accidentally puts an I after the O? Southernmost
But,
point.
I mean, how stupid is that?
Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would download, I'd carry a little bucket of paint, white paint, and then a little brush, and I'd put an I right after the O. Real quick,
It
walk
is
away.
humid down there.
The southernmost
And
point.
then I'd be like, you don't burn the thing. You gotta do light vandalism.
There are people that are repulsed by the word moist.
My wife is one of them.
Your wife hates the word moist?
I love the word
Oh,
moist.
your cake is moist.
Ugh, throw it out.
Yeah, bring back the story about what the Key West cops are saying. So they've identified... I knew there was going to be an update. Can you go back to the verbiage, Fester?
Yeah, there we go. This is from the Miami Herald.
All right, so Miami Herald says on Monday morning, Key West police said they've identified but have not found the 2 suspects whose mischief was captured on video by webcam that is pointed at the buoy marker 24 hours a day down in Key West. Police declined to release the names or hometowns, but these guys are in trouble.
They look like everybody you see in Key West.
These guys are in trouble.
They do.
I mean, you're going to find that type in Key West. Those two guys.
All right, next item. When I saw this, I'm like, oh my God, this is like True Romance, the movie. The famous scene, Bronson Pinchot, remember he's whipping around in his porch. By the way, Michelle and I watched True Romance again maybe 6-7 months ago.
With the kids.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we watched it. They're old enough to watch that, but I think it was just Michelle. But we watched that again.
We're also Bronson Pinchot fans. Me and Kim watched Perfect Strangers over the weekend.
That's right.
Cousin Balky.
But, man, True Romance is great.
Yes, it's Quentin's first
And
movie.
There's the famous scene where he's getting pulled over after driving like a maniac in that white Porsche and in a 911, in a Target 911 convertible. And he gets pulled over by LAPD, and it looks like he's twisting on Mulholland Drive or something, which I think technically would be, well, maybe it's the LA County Sheriff's Office. Anyway, he's pulled over, and he's got a big bag of Coke, and he tells his girlfriend in the car, his date, hey, hold this. And she's like, I'm not holding this. And they get into this tug of war with this package of cocaine, and the bag busts.
It looks like a big bag of flour.
And it ends up all over Bronson Pinchot. The whole thing, he's covered in this stuff. So this story, it reminds me of that. All right, two people have been arrested. And what happened? They were fleeing from police and trying to throw methamphetamine out of a car window. The incident happened around 3 a.m. Saturday when officers observed a vehicle traveling eastbound on Cedar Street. This is Alcester. Look this. I meant to. It was late last.
Alcester?
Yeah, I got home so late last night from my flight being delayed that I meant to look this up last night. It's from
South Dakota.
It's the Argus Leader, so South Dakota. The incident happened around 3 a.m. on Saturday, just over the weekend. Officers observed the vehicle traveling eastbound. They were doing 43 and the 30. So they were clocked doing 43 and the 30.
Is that really pulloverable?
That's 13 miles an hour over. That is.
Was it a school zone? I mean, come on, officer.
It was also 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. But the police officer tried to initiate the traffic stop. The driver continued to accelerate. The vehicle then continued eastbound. Speeds were hit at well over 100 miles an hour. During the pursuit, the female passenger tried to dispose of a large bag of meth out of the passenger window, with most of the meth blowing right back onto it. They're fleeing the cops at 100 miles an hour. And come on. It's simple physics here. Not that a tweaker or a meth dealer or whatever the hell, not that they understand. I mean, but I would even think a moron should understand that if you have a light powdery substance, that if you're trying to
see, that is information that you always forget until it comes back and hits you in the face.
and quite exactly, literally hit. So they're trying a large bag of meth. They're being chased by the cops 100 miles an hour. Window opens up on the passenger side. The female passenger tries to dump the bag of meth, and most of it blew back. According to the police report, most of the meth blew back into the car, all over the inside of the car, all over her and the driver. And I'm like, this is Bronson Pinchot in True Romance, where it looked like he fell into a flour vat at the Pillsbury Company.
You pull over after that, right? I mean, you're covered in meth. You're like, all right, just pull over. Let's just go to jail.
It's Goody's headache powder, officer.
Let's just go.
I swear.
Arrest me now.
According to the police, this is the Beresford Police, I guess it's South Dakota, that most of the meth blew back into the car. They eventually deployed a spike strip with the help of another local police department, and then the car chase came to a stop. Both occupants were taken into custody. covered in meth.
Dude, I had a friend.
How mad is the driver?
I had a friend who lit his back seat. He didn't light it on fire, but he melted his back seat because he threw out a cigarette butt. And it went into the window behind. The driver's side windows were down.
Yeah, that happens.
And then the back windows were down.
And didn't know.
He flicks it, and the cigarette goes out, but it blew right back in. And he's driving along. He's like, and he had like a 8-inch hole in the back of his vinyl seat forever. I'm like, what's that? He goes, oh, cigarette blew back in. That happens, man.
Happens in movies a lot too. I can't think of one, but there was one movie where that happened. Maybe not.
All right. When we get back, we got to talk about dry January. You know, we had the story in hour number 1 about this, very funny tweet from Pabst Blue Ribbon, which was deleted because it was pretty distasteful.
I mean, it depends who you're asking.
It hit yesterday. It was deleted yesterday. But dry January. Yeah, this is a thing for a lot of people. There are people that absolutely, they shut down alcohol consumption during the month of January. Hold on to that thought. Because I want to go into some details. I want to take some phone calls. And how many of our listeners are dry January observers? That and a whole lot more next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, it's a new year, which means... Hey, I want to get into dry January. Why do you have a look of like surprise on your face?
It's my leisurely walking in look.
Oh, I thought that usually that means something just happened.
No.
Okay. I want to get into dry January here. Again, dry January is the deal where people swear off alcohol for the month of January. The question is, does this really do anything positive for your health? Hold on to that thought, but I want to try Michelle quickly because Michelle, I left her in London. Roxanne just gave me a what?
She hasn't been with you on this trek back?
No. Michelle is in London right now. I think she just boarded her British Airways flight. Hold on. Let me see if I can get her quickly. Let me call Michelle. I think she might have just boarded the cabin. Let's see. Oh, there it is. There's the international ring. All right, let's see if Michelle picks up.
Hello.
Hey, sweetie.
Yes.
Hey, I just said to the crew that I left you in London, and Roxanne was like, what?
I thought you were on his
By
pizza tour.
design.
But I did. I left Michelle and Chloe in London. I ditched them.
Okay, so you're there with Chloe. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought,
Well, I'll explain it. Just remember, Chloe's. Did I reveal on the air before I left that Chloe's class was canceled?
yes.
Yes.
Right, yeah. So we did talk about that. So hang on. For those that don't know the deal, I'll fill you in. Michelle, are you boarded? Are you on the plane?
I'm sitting in my seat.
All right. Are you in the cabin on British Airways where you have the rear-facing seat in the pod next to you?
Well, it's not the one. Yes, there's a rear-facing seat in the pod next to me. Yeah.
All right, so I was on that same cabin. They're getting rid of those cabins because Michelle.
Thank goodness.
Is that the worst cabin layout you've ever seen?
Yeah. Kind of funny.
Well, here's the deal. I was rear facing because we flew business class back from London on British Air, but in the business class cabin, one of the seats is rear facing. So if you've got the rear-facing seat against the wall of the aircraft, I was on a Boeing 787-9, and it's the old cabin. If you're in the seat that's facing, if you're facing a rear, to get out of your little seat area, you've got to step over the person who is probably a total stranger who could be sleeping on their flatbed because the seat goes down, and then there's like this whole extension piece for your feet and legs that you have to drop down. You've got to climb over a stranger's body to get out of your seat. It's the most bizarre thing. In fact, I took a picture of this. I took pictures and I shot a video.
Yeah, people can read your thesis and dissertation if they follow you at Certified Todd Schnitt.
Thank you. So on Instagram,
God, that was the longest post.
If you want to see this crazy, crazy video of me, literally, you have to step over somebody while they're sleeping. It's bizarre. I mean, I don't know who at British Airways approved this cabin, but they were either, smoking crack, they were smoking meth.
A lot of crack at British Airways.
They had
executive.
brain damage. I did a whole post where I did a whole multiple choice or all of the above. An idiot, but crazy. But I did shoot a video, and a lot of people followed my trip because I posted a ton of video from London and England. We went up to Scotland. People loved my videos and pictures of the Harry Potter Bridge. We went up to the Glenfinnan which is that viaduct where the Harry Potter Hogwarts Express train goes over the viaduct. We were right there. We stood like right above the I got that famous picture. And again, folks, give me a follow on my Instagram because all my pictures are there. And you can even see the video inside the cabin of this British Airways flight. It's bizarre.
So you went to London.
Yeah, we went to London.
Did you go to France?
We did not go to France.
Oh, so you didn't see anybody's underpants. I've been waiting all break.
He can't do his thing.
All vacation, I've had the underpants joke. I was like, oh, man, I should ask him if he saw
That's a
underpants.
classic.
Yeah, it's always great.
What are you entertaining your 5-year-old kid?
Hudson, I hope you enjoyed that joke, buddy.
Go ahead, deliver the whole joke.
I see London, I see France, I see MJ's underpants.
Oh, I thought that was hilarious, Master.
it's a
Good
winner.
job.
It's a
That
winner.
deserves
What's
a clap.
coming? What's coming next? The da. You know, the me play joke, me put pee in your Coke. Is that coming up next?
I don't
want to get canceled.
You can't.
I don't want to get canceled.
You can't say that whole thing anymore, or else. Yeah.
No.
Or- you remember?
Let's not.
You remember that one?
Yeah, I don't want to get canceled.
That was a biggie when I was a kid, but
Yeah.
now you'll get canceled for
Forgot
that one.
about that
Listen,
one.
I can offend Europeans all I want, okay? I just can't say that
But
one.
I'll get into some more vacation details. But folks, I had a lot of positive feedback on my pictures and video from England and Scotland, and it's all up at my personal Instagram, Certified Todd Schnitt. Certified TODD SCHNITT. Certified TODD SCHNITT. Give me a follow on Instagram. Take a look at the bizarre video on this airplane. So Michelle, I flew back to Newark. Michelle, when did your flight take off, by the way?
1 o'clock.
All right, so you take off in about 28 minutes, right?
Uh-huh.
And you said, Michelle just texted me, you said the plane is almost empty?
Well, my cabin area is almost empty.
So Michelle is on British Airways. She's on the London Gatwick to Tampa nonstop flight. So Michelle's flying.
Right.
She's flying right into Tampa. So I had to fly into Newark with Julian because I was responsible for taking Julian back to boarding school yesterday. We had a crazy, couple of days. We left London on Saturday, flew out of London Heathrow to Newark on this 787-9 with the most bizarre cabin I've ever seen in my life. And I think, Michelle, you must have the same cabin layout. You're on a 777-200.
Oh, I recognized it. Yeah, the minute I walked on, I was
Right.
like, oh, my God, it's the same. But you know what? I'm lucky. I got a little aisle seat, and I'm just next to the couple who might be sitting next to me, but I got a big divider between me. So I'm not worried. I don't have to crawl over anybody. That's the good news.
Yeah, so you're on an outside seat. I was on the inside seat, and I had to crawl over some stranger to get out while he was sleeping.
Wow.
I mean, just
Would you rather be the person who has to crawl over or the person who gets crawled over?
you mean the crawler or the crawlee?
So there was a
which
split
one would you
second when
rather
you were straddling the guy.
Exactly.
It was almost like a lap.
Lapping.
Wow, like a lapper.
It was.
You throw a dollar bill at you?
It's a bizarre. It's
No, he gave her a British pound.
Here's a pound for you, lovely.
gonna pound you.
Hello.
I mean, this is just a bizarre situation. So I came back on Saturday with Julian, and we flew into Newark, went into the city for a couple of days. Also, we went on a pizza crawl, man. I hit a bunch of my favorite pizza spots. All the pizza also up on my Instagram.
Yeah, we saw all that.
Yep, Certified Todd Schnitt. Go to my Instagram, Certified TODD SCHNITT. Give me a follow. Check out all the pizza. And then yesterday, I had to drive Julian up to Connecticut. Julian goes to boarding school up there. And I first had to stop at Costco in Danbury, Connecticut. Michelle, do you know how much money Julian spent supplying all his junk food for the rest of the year?
Probably close to $500. I'm gonna guess.
700.
For the whole. I mean, it's for like 5 months.
$700 at Costco yesterday.
What did he get? $700 of ramen noodles? That's a lot.
Guess what?
Yes.
Eight cases of the ramen. It's the expensive stuff, though.
How
It's
much
not-
does that set you back? 8 cases.
$8.
I think
$15?
those were $16.94 a case, I think.
Really?
So 8 cases of
a good
that.
price.
The 32-pack of Polar seltzer cans. He got 12 cases of those. Then he got Capri Suns. I'm like, what are you, 8? He got like 10 cases of
Nice.
of Capri Sun. I'm like,
Look, he probably eats better than you did at that age, so I'm not going to complain. You
Mix
were
it with
eating
vodka.
stuff out of a
oh,
can.
and you know what he loves? He actually turned me on to this.
What, fruit roll-ups?
No, well, he got those too.
God.
There's a fruit roll-up thing that he got.
Oh, shut up.
Like,
Really?
I swear, some like all natural fruit chunks.
Oh.
And they're
We get those.
They're like rectangular blocks, right?
Yes, we get those. Yeah, my kids love them.
15 cases of that.
I don't want it
I mean,
unless it's
I'm like,
stuck to plastic.
All right, but then Julian loves, and Costco has this. It's the Korean pork jerky. Have you seen that at Costco? The Korean pork jerky, 15 bags, and they're like,
You would love it.
they're $12 a bag. Got like
Yeah, that's expensive.
15 bags of this stuff, and then.
Yeah.
And then paper towels, paper plates, and I listen, all kinds of.
Yeah, how big is his
Well,
dorm?
because he's got like a full-fledged kitchen in there, an air fryer, a microwave, a big refrigerator, and a what is that? Oh, the blender.
He's like a pod boss at a jail. He has all the commissary.
Exactly. So Julian and his roommates, he's in a triple, but they've got a huge room, a massive room in their dorm, and they've set up a kitchen like the prison scene in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
All right, they're slicing garlic.
Make sure you slice it very thin.
They slice the garlic so thin with a razor blade.
Red and white wine.
Michelle, how do you tell your father that you smoke without telling him that you smoke? You buy everything.
Hey, Julian's online too.
Every snack
Hold on,
possible.
wait a minute. Julian is listening live?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Julian's online too.
Yeah.
Hey, let me lock in Michelle.
Okay,
let me,
Funyuns.
let me bring in Julian.
He is totally trading these for cigarettes.
Hey, Julian, are you there?
Julian.
Hold on. Is Julian not there?
You might need to flip it around.
What do I got to do? Hold on a sec.
There you go.
So do I?
Flip the other way.
I'll flip the.
There you go.
All right, Julian, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. Michelle, are you there?
Yes, hi, sweetie.
Hello.
Oh, that's awkward.
All right, so Julian, how jammed up was the Hertz rental SUV with your crap yesterday?
It was chock full. It was pretty packed.
Dude, there were people looking at Julian.
Dude, I was getting the stink eye from so many people because I didn't get a cart. I got the big push things, like you go to like Lowe's or Home Depot to like pick up plywood.
Like a pallet.
Like, I was pushing like the big cart that like
They're
it was
called
heavy,
flatbeds.
too.
Yeah, so Julian gets we have two things. We have a shopping cart that I'm pushing.
For all like the loose goods.
And
for,
then
like,
Julian has the big flatbed push cart, and it is stacked with 15 cases of this, 9 cases of this, and people are staring.
I've got four boxes of little bites, each holding what, 20 pouches or like 40 pouches?
Little bites.
Those little muffins, right?
Yeah, we know what they are. Yeah, my 8-year-old.
I know. I eat the heck out of those things.
All right. Hey, did you have a fun weekend with me, Julian, in New York?
I did.
We pizza crawled, and then we went to Costco and dropped $720 yesterday.
Sounds like
I
a party.
even got 90 ounces of Dawn soap.
90 ounces?
I got a big jug of Dawn dishwasher liquid.
Oh,
selling stuff,
Julian, no, you need lotion. Oh, you're doing it all wrong.
Do your other school friends shop like this, or are you the one who does all the shopping? Has all the goods?
No, a lot of kids do like big shopping before they come here. I'm just a big like food person. My eating schedule is like really late.
So, Julian, I need to consult with you later. My wife's romantic Christmas gift to me was an air fryer. And we
Okay, yes, yeah.
I have no idea how to use it. My wife's like, "How should we watch some YouTube videos?" I'm like, "No."
Did she get you the Ninja one?
No, we got I forgot the name of it.
All right, because Michelle won't let me get Michelle. You're still on the phone in your business class seat. Michelle literally is sitting on a British Airways
Oh, I gotta
jet.
go.
What?
I have to go.
What do you mean you have to go?
They're telling her, "Shut your phone off,
No,
man."
you don't push back until 1 o'clock. You got 20 minutes before you have to
No,
go,
man,
Michelle.
please turn your phone off, please.
So,
Listen.
folks, Michelle is literally sitting on a British Airways 777 right now at Heathrow in London, ready to fly back to Tampa in 20 minutes. So, Michelle, why won't you let me get an air fryer? I want to get that big...
No counter space. No more counter space.
So I want to get everyone that has the air fryer. They love it. I want to get it. And Michelle is deprived.
It's like listen to me. It's like talking to a child. Would you like the ice cream maker or would you like the air fryer?
Why are you why are you depriving me of getting an air fryer?
Yeah, you guys are really
Well,
limited
you
on
say it like
chemistry.
you say it like you would to a child when you want them to make the right choice. You say it like this: would you like the air fryer or would you like the ice cream maker?
You realize he's your husband.
Julian, what were you going to say?
They're two completely different machines. I mean, I might make some Purdue popcorn chicken nuggets this morning for breakfast with the air fryer.
Yeah, that's what we fried up first. We fried up chicken nuggets. Sam's Club sells baby Yoda shaped chicken nuggets.
Those sound natural.
They're delicious. We fried up a handful of baby Yoda chicken nuggets. Kids loved them. They were great. It came out wonderfully.
Oh my
They are
God!
delicious.
All right, so
And
Michelle.
I did not get fruit roll-ups. I got these pure organic fruit bars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
They're-
what we get.
They're like chunks of like rectangular, like fruit chunks,
They're
right?
bars, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's
They
called
are
fruit
delicious.
roll-ups, kid.
All right. While I have you guys on the phone, what was Julian? What was your favorite part of our Christmas trip to London and Scotland?
Ooh, favorite part? I don't know. The Buckingham Palace is really cool.
So Michelle scored tickets. It's very limited. We had an internal tour of Buckingham Palace. Michelle, that's kind of limited ticket-wise, isn't it?
It is. They only offer it a few times a year.
So we literally were inside Buckingham Palace, and we had an hour tour in like for instance, in the video they shot. Remember when the Queen did the skydiving entry for the Olympics when London had the Olympics in 2012, right?
No,
The Queen?
The Queen skydove?
No. It was a stunt guy dressed up as the Queen.
Oh, I was about to say she was like 100.
But Daniel Craig goes into Buckingham and walks out with the Queen. We were literally in the same hallway. We were in all the rooms where the Queen does like the knightings.
Wow.
So we literally were inside Buckingham Palace we had there were like 15 people on this tour. It was amazing.
Did you tell everybody you're from the same country as Meghan?
I did not.
Okay, you
Oh
tell
no, that's bad. No. Gotta keep
They're
it
gonna be
booted.
friends.
Hey, however, guess what? I did something I was not supposed to do, and I haven't posted these pictures yet.
Oh, shocking.
Oh, because you took a Princess Diana plate off the wall?
No, there's no photography allowed inside Buckingham Palace if you're on the tour. And at the very end, I snapped a couple of photos surreptitiously.
You have to wait until I take off.
Excuse me, right?
Michelle would not let me post those while we were still in the country. She's like, they're
You're gonna be wanted in that country too.
They're gonna arrest you. So Michelle says she's got to be. Well, Michelle, I could post the pictures and they could turn your British Airways flight around midair over the Atlantic.
Please don't.
Let's wait till you land, Michelle.
We're done boarding.
Michelle, do something real quick. Scream out, the Queen's a drunk before you take off. I dare you. The Queen's a drunk. Scream it.
Yell the monarchy's a sham. The whole thing.
You stop it. No, but I have two pictures inside Buckingham Palace that I was not allowed to take.
Oh no.
And I feel a little guilty. I didn't want to be that tourist.
That's exactly who you are.
I know, but it's
Did you
like
catch the Queen on the bidet?
no. I
Guess
did.
what? Guess what? I
What?
think your daughter may have done the same thing.
Yeah, serious.
There you go.
Chloe.
Doesn't surprise me.
Now, Chloe is not on Michelle's flight. Now, here's the deal. So, Michelle is on the British Airways nonstop from London, Gatwick to Tampa. So, I'm going to pick up Michelle after my afternoon show at 6 p.m. After my afternoon show, Michelle should be landing right after 6 o'clock tonight. So, I'm going to go get Michelle. Chloe is midair right now. Chloe left from Heathrow. And Chloe is on a Delta flight to Atlanta, and then later today she's got to catch a flight from Atlanta to Tampa. See, the deal was, for those that don't know, Chloe did have a January J-term class, an English class, a 3.5-week English class was scheduled for London from her University of New Hampshire English department. She signed up for the class, and she was going to do all of January in London in this class. And we said, you know what? Let's just go with Chloe. We'll go prior to her class. We'll do vacation in England and Scotland, and then dump her off, let her do the class. The class gets canceled because of Omicron. but we still had the plans to go, so we all went on vacation. But that's why we're all on different flights. I had to take Michelle was going to hang with Chloe to get her situated, and then we had to change Chloe's ticket from the end of January to today. And we had to find like a route that wasn't like a crazy fee change. So that's why Chloe's going to Atlanta.
Can you not talk over the safety announcements in the plane?
Hey, Michelle, can you hold up the phone? Let me hear this.
No.
Well, what is he saying right now?
They're finished.
Oh,
They're finished. Great. Listen,
Man, please
You
put
must
down
wear
your
your
phone.
mask the whole time.
Okay. Hey, so Michelle, what was your favorite part of the vacation?
Frankenstein bolognese.
What the hell was that?
did you say Frankenstein's balls?
No,
What'd you say?
Bolognese.
No.
Oh.
Michelle said her favorite part of the vacation was Frankenstein bolognese.
Oh, okay.
We have a tradition of doing bolognese rigatoni, or
What's bolognese?
bolognese is a meat sauce.
Oh, just a sauce, Italian.
It's an Italian meat sauce. You're Italian? You don't eat
Half Italian.
Froggy? His last name is Cusmano. You don't know what bolognese is?
Whatever, schnit. I know, I've heard it before. I just was wondering.
Yeah. So
She said Frankenstein's bolognese.
So we went to Marks and Spencer, which is kind of a hoity-toity supermarket in the UK, and Frankenstein bolognese. We had to try to improvise for Christmas dinner. So we bought like 24 of their pre-made raw meatballs, and then they had a nice Italian starter sauce in a jar. So I just kind of improvised, and you know what, Michelle, it was pretty good.
I told you that.
Look, I don't want to make you guys jealous, but I did something very British myself during this Christmas break.
What was that?
What was it?
I watched both seasons of Ted Lasso.
Ooh.
And he
Really?
didn't brush his teeth the entire
Ooh, that
break.
sounds like fun.
Okay, I want you to know I cried.
Why is
Oh,
that?
no.
Have you not seen Ted Lasso?
No. I have.
You started.
Oh, I can't tell you
started
why.
it.
No, I never started it.
You
didn't?
No. I have Ted Lasso season 1. I've got the full DVD set from SAG-AFTRA.
Okay.
Because it was up for awards last year. So I've got all episodes of last season, and my SAG-AFTRA screeners for the new awards are probably in my post office box right now. So I'm sure I'm gonna have season 2 of Ted Lasso waiting for me.
I cried.
All right.
I can't tell you why, but
Oh, it's because he died, right?
No.
Lasso accident.
No, he did not have a horrific roping accident, Froggy.
Hey, Michelle, how was my driving on the left side of the road?
Horrific.
No, it was not. Wait,
I went through a whole box of Nausine.
it was not. So, of course, our rental car was the right side steering wheel, and I'm driving on the other side of the road. Then we took the train. We actually got on a train from London to Edinburgh, Scotland. And then from Edinburgh, we took a day trip, and we drove to the Harry
And
Potter.
we found the Loch Ness Monster.
You know what? We were going to do that. How far out of the way was it to drive to Loch Ness?
About an hour and a half.
So we were going to just add Loch Ness to drive a little north of like Fort William, but we didn't. But how cool. I was going to say, hey, Julian, are you still with us?
No.
Yes, yeah,
yes,
no,
he's
I'm still here.
Hey, Julian.
He's falling back asleep.
Hey,
Yeah.
Julian, how great was the Harry Potter viaduct?
It was actually really cool, especially when I was playing the Harry Potter theme, the main title.
As you guys drove by.
So we went to the Harry Potter viaduct, and Michelle and Chloe stayed in the car. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you guys, but Julian and I hiked all the way up the hill, and the pictures that I took, it was kind of a foggy, misty day.
Yeah, because it's England, it's
but
all foggy.
The pictures I took look like they're paintings.
What is a viaduct?
A viaduct is that the Roman architecture. It's
To transport water.
It's the arched. Well, that's an aqueduct.
Okay.
But it's the same type of concept.
The duct.
It's the arched bridge. And anyway, my pictures of the Harry
The
Potter
bridge. Okay.
Yeah, the pictures are also on my Instagram. Guys, I got to let you guys go because I got stuff I got to do. But the pictures of the Harry...
Yeah, she's on a plane. She's got crap to do also, okay?
All right, so the pictures of the Harry Potter viaduct, and you'll recognize it if you've seen the Harry Potter films. You'll see I shot video there and pictures. It's all up. It's all up at Certified Todd Schnitt on Instagram. Certified TODDSCHNITT. Take a look. Give me a follow.
Did you say Ron Weasley?
I did not. Hey, Michelle, have a great flight.
9 hours and 37 minutes.
That's
He takes a long flight.
Oh, man. So, Michelle,
Have fun.
9 hours and 37 minutes. Starts in about 10 minutes.
Here they come with the second glass of champagne. Gotta go.
Be sure you stand up. You don't want to get deep vein thrombosis.
Yeah, does that plane have one engine? Why does it take so
Walk
long?
around a
Hey,
lot.
Michelle, don't forget to do mobile passport. You'll breeze right through, okay?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Don't forget. So, do mobile passport the minute you land in Tampa while you're taxiing.
Text me to remind me, okay?
Oh, my God.
All right, sweetie.
Okay, bye.
Love you. Have a nice flight.
Love you too, babe. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Julian, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
So listen, you spent 2 weeks in in Great Britain? I guess in the different.
Well, it's
countries?
United
Okay.
Kingdom. Yeah.
I need to know: is it myth or fact? The teeth.
Yeah,
I did not notice any horrific
because
teeth.
everybody had masks on.
That's true.
Okay, so
That's you know what? I did not notice horrific teeth because everyone had masks on.
I'll tell you, the only news we heard out of Great Britain or the UK the whole time you were gone of how this was the hotbed of the world, and I'm like, he is going to be stuck there. He's never getting out.
All right. So again, I've got all the vacation photos on my Instagram. Certified Todd Schnitt. Certified TODDSCHNITT.
There's one that's a little disturbing, and I didn't want to bring it up with
One of my pictures?
Julian. Yeah, on the phone. Yeah.
What's disturbing?
Why did you take your family to a sex shop?
Well, I mean, Julia needs to learn
Whoa,
somehow.
What are you talking about?
I'm looking at the picture right now.
What
sex shop did you go to?
What are you talking about?
Poundland.
That's not a sex shop.
What's it called?
Poundland.
Roxanne.
Are you okay?
Why would you take your family there?
She's trying to.
It's not a sex shop. What? Hold on. First of all, I want to hear your rationale. Why?
Because of the name.
Why would you think Poundland is a sex shop?
I mean, it's the UK. If it was called Shagland, that'd be a little different.
Poundland will teach you wizardry.
Is that when you have sex, you call it getting pounded? Is that what?
I don't. No, I don't.
Roxanne.
Doug calls it.
Does Doug take you to Poundland?
Hey, Roxanne, let's pound tonight. Okay, Doug. Sure.
Want to go to Poundland?
All right, there's a picture of the outside of a store, and it says Poundland, Poundland, and if you notice, in the O in pound, there's a British pound sign. That's like their Dollar Tree.
Oh.
It's not a sex shop. What are you
That makes more
talking-
sense.
Did you read my caption?
No, I didn't want to see anything further.
Oh.
My caption was something like, this must be their version of Dollar Tree. Poundland.
Okay.
Man, you got a dirty
No,
mind.
I just was like, what's he doing? I glanced at the photo. It looks like nefarious things are going on in
You got
there.
a filthy mind, Roxanne. What happened to you over the break?
I love it.
Take it to Poundland and rocks.
Are you frustrated in that department? What's going
Listen,
on?
If they're calling it Poundland, they're not frustrated. They're getting it
Let's
done.
go to Poundland.
You need to clarify this on your post.
Yeah, good for you, Doug.
Yeah, Dollarland.
It is clarified on my post.
It's a Dollarland.
I mean, the first post says UK Dollar Tree. It's right there, Roxanne.
Okay.
Any role playing where Dig Dug is dressed up like the elf on the shelf?
Or like a Harry Potter
No.
wizard.
He's dressed up like one of those guys outside of Buckingham Palace.
No.
With a beefeater hat.
Prince Philip.
All right. Hey, I had to grab Michelle before, literally, Michelle's flight's supposed to push back in like 6 minutes. So, British Airways, Gatwick, right to Tampa. That's how convenient is that?
I mean, does it drop you off at your house? I mean, it's not that convenient.
I mean, guess what?
Almost.
If it approaches on one left over the bay, virtually,
Jump out.
She could DB Cooper right to her house.
right to the house. All right. Dry January. Now, Fester, you don't drink much anyway, so I mean, really, if Monday or January, February, March, April, every month is pretty much dry. May, dry July. You don't drink much at all.
I'm a bigger eater than I am a drinker.
Yeah.
And cigar smoker.
Yeah, cigar
I know.
smoker.
Now, Froggy,
Meth.
have you ever participated in dry January?
Last year I was dry for like 6 months, but it got real old real quick.
Why did you go dry for 6 months last year?
Just to dry out, and
To dry out for a half a year?
What are you in a program?
no, I'm not in a program. I just just a little challenge myself.
Did you and Kim have a talk where she's like, I think you have a problem?
Did you have to apologize to people?
I'm so sorry. No. I just thought it was time for a little break. We're doing the show again. It was hard to get up.
So speaking
And
about
then I started losing too much weight.
speaking about Poundland, you're just getting pounded every night on your Jameson's Irish whiskey.
And Canadian Club, of course. But no, yes, I'm going to be dry this January. I'm trying.
Roxanne, do you ever do dry January, or do you have any friends that have ever done dry January?
I've never done it. I know a lot of people who do it, and I started on January 3rd.
So wait,
What's the point? It's yesterday.
wait a sec. So you're actually doing dry January this year?
Starting yesterday. I missed the first 2 days.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
It's dry January.
Wait. So coincidentally, I chose this to talk about. We did not have any pre-planning on
No,
this.
we didn't.
On this one, we didn't talk about this. So I'm doing the dry January story, and you legitimately started your dry January yesterday?
I started yesterday. I just looked back at my consumption over the holidays and said, you know what? Time to dry out.
Well, maybe, listen, if you're thinking that Poundland is a sex shop, maybe you did have a little too much to drink over the holidays.
You know, January doesn't start on the 3rd.
Hold on. Were you so drunk over the holidays you neglected your kids?
No. No, I spent a lot of quality time with my children.
Was children and families involved at all during this?
No, DCF was not involved. No.
No.
Is that it?
Yes, they were on holiday.
Are you sure? All right, I want to go to phones on this. Folks, let's go to phones on dry January. I'd love to hear from you, the MJ Morning Show listener. I want to hear from you, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you do dry January, do you do it every year? I'd like to know, what does dry January do for you? Now, are you a heavy drinker? I want to really run the spectrum here. I'd like to just get calls from a bunch of listeners and tell us about your experience with dry January, where you just stopped drinking for the entire month of January. The question, and what I saw was, does dry January actually improve your health? The number to get a hold of us is 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Tell me about your drinking. Tell me about you abstaining during January. Have you done it in the past? You're not doing it now? What are the pros? What are the cons? Does it really change things for you? Because the story I have is, does dry January actually improve your health? And month-long public health campaign encourages people to abstain from alcohol as a way to improve your health. But the question is, are there actual benefits from going dry during this month, not partaking in alcoholic beverage consumption? Experts say, yes, there is a benefit, but it's not an absolute must that everyone needs to observe. Ultimately, sober months like dry January can be harmless for the majority of the population who do not have a severe alcohol use disorder, says Dr. Denny Carisse, the chief science officer at Recovery Centers of America.
Oh, wow.
Diagnoses are characterized as mild, moderate, or severe. Those who drink heavily could encounter very serious health risks when quitting abruptly.
Yeah, cold turkey.
So the Recovery Center is telling heavy drinkers, if you've got a problem, don't just stop cold turkey.
You go into some kind of withdrawal.
Well, if you're a heavy drinker, you're not just going to partake in sober January.
All right, now if you are participating, what'd you say?
If you're a serious drinker, you're not going to partake in sober January. You're an alcoholic. You get shakes probably.
All right, now if you're thinking about doing dry January, there are health considerations. I'm going to get to that in just a minute. I want to go to phone calls first here. Phones just blew up on this. All right, dry January. Let me grab Mick the Brit. Is it?
Oh, God.
It's. I know Mick.
We love Mick.
Mick the Brit from London. Hey, Mick. Mick called while I was over in London. I called, Mick called me. Hey, Mick.
Hey, MJ, how you doing this morning? And hello to Fester and Froggy there. Oh, and Roxanne, we are laughing our bottoms off with what she thought Poundland was.
Hey, Mick, do you go to Poundland a lot?
Yeah, and you know what I like to do? I go, how much is this? And they go, £1. I go, what about this? £1. And just go around the shop driving them crazy.
Good one,
How much
Mick.
is this?
By the way, the current pound it's about $1.25. So a pound is about $1.25 is what it is.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so
yeah.
Mick, thanks for calling me, by the way, while I was over in London. And you might have heard a few minutes ago, Michelle is sitting at Heathrow, Gatwick, actually Gatwick. Michelle's at Gatwick right now, sitting on a BA flight coming to Tampa.
Yeah, that's an awesome flight, MJ. I've done that myself a few times because, as you know, I lived there in Tampa there. So Gatwick's 25 miles from where I live, and where I lived in Largo, because I was Largonian, it was 25 miles away as also from TPA. Yeah.
All right, so Mick, what is your alcohol consumption like, and have you ever done dry January?
It's high, and no, never, and especially with all these germs around. No, of course.
All right, so Mick, are you a pint drinker? Do you like going to the pubs and drinking? Oh
yeah.
Is that your deal? You're a pint drinker?
Oh, absolutely, yes, definitely.
Yeah, I think
I'll be going out later on this afternoon.
Yeah, Mick is an anything drinker.
That's great.
Good for Mick.
Hey, Mick, great to hear from you, buddy.
All right, I'm glad you got back safe and sound with half the family, and obviously we'll be making sure that Michelle gets back there to Tampa as well. So God bless. I'm glad everything worked out for you.
Thank you. So Chloe is midair right now. Chloe's on Delta Flight 31 to Atlanta right now, and Michelle is getting ready to push back on British Airways to Tampa. Mick, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Let me grab Pam in Valrico. Pam, are you a dry January adheree? Are you quitting alcohol consumption?
Are you insane? First of all, that might as well be dead January. Let's just skip the month and go to Valentine's Day. No. And Roxanne, I love you. Anyway, I'm just putting that out there. No. Why would anybody? No. Sorry. I drink Mick Ultra, which is like water beer. My friends make fun of me. But you know what? Guess what hates alcohol? COVID hates alcohol. So I'm in there, man. No. Hell no. Dry. Might as well be dead. Take January away.
You know what?
Great attitude, Pam.
Pam, are you taking anything else?
No. That is my one vice. I mean, are you kidding me? Mick Ultra's my one vice. There are people out there doing heroin and meth. It's crazy out there.
Yeah, alcohol's no
but
biggie.
I can't even imagine dry January. I've never even heard of it till you just said that.
Yes,
I don't even know what that is.
She's
There's nothing
rationalizing her
dry.
vices. Yes, good
No
job.
dry.
All right, so
I hope you guys had a happy New Year and a great time in London. What a great place to be. I've been there quite a few times and it's beautiful.
Pam,
so I'm glad you guys had a great trip.
Thank you, Pam, and enjoy your Mick Ultra during January.
MJ, I think Pam is drunk.
I will, because craziness is out there. And it's the only thing to keep me sane and from not blowing somebody's eyeball out.
Agreed.
I love you guys, man.
She's drunk
strategy.
now. She's drunk right now.
Did you say, wait a minute, did you say that Mick Hold on, did you say Mick Ultra and your consumption is the only thing from keeping you from blowing people's eyeballs out?
I think she said pulling.
Yes, you have no idea. People are horrible drivers. They're mean. Everybody's nasty. I got to a fight with a garbage guy yesterday. He didn't want to take my recycle bin.
Wait a minute, you got into a fight with the wait a second.
You're a drunken menace, man.
Well, probably because there were 17,000 cans of Mick Ultra in your recycling.
There were a few. I also collect from the neighbors, so it's not all me. I'm a recycling-aholic. I recycle everybody's stuff. I had to chase the garbage guy down the road.
So tell me about this fight that you had with the recycling guy.
He gets very yelling at me. I'm like, are you going to take my recycling? And he's like yelling back at me. I'm going, what, are you insane? I mean, I think he was drinking that early in the morning. But anyway, no dry January. Maybe some people should do it, but not me. It wouldn't be ugly. It would be ugly. People would hate me.
Pam, thanks for the call.
I can see how they love you now.
All right. The question is, how many of our MJ Morning Show listeners are doing dry January? Have you ever done dry January where you stop alcohol consumption during the month of January? Have you done it in the past? Are you continuing this month? Or have you done it once and you're not doing it again? Tell me about your dry January, and have you noticed a health advantage? When you've done dry January in the past, when you quit drinking for the month of January, has your health gotten better? Have you ever noticed anything positive that's changed? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047.
I wonder if there are less DUIs in January.
Doubtful.
You know what? That's a good question. That is actually a very good point. Let me go back to phones here. Sherry is in Spring Hill. Hello, Sherry. You're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105.
Good morning, guys. Hey, yes, I started it, but before I tell you this story, the lady before me, love her. Garbage guys think they're friggin' prima donnas, first of all.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. I'm hearing quotes. I'm hearing quotes on the show today that I've never heard in my life.
Garbage guys?
Garbage guys think they're prima donnas. Do me a favor, Sherry, explain that to me.
My recycle guys, they won't take my stuff unless I have a friggin' bow on my boxes. If I have one lid out of my recycle bin for boxes, they leave it. And I'm like, what the hell? You guys get paid a lot of money for picking up my shit.
Okay, all right, sorry. All right, Sherry, listen.
None of these callers are partaking in sober January.
Sherry,
let's not get so loose.
All right, Sherry just dropped the S-bomb.
Okay.
Sherry, I had to dump that. Sherry, you can't drop the S-bomb.
That's a naughty word.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm military, and it's like,
actually no
like
excuse.
saying, hi, how are you?
Okay, so listen.
Okay.
So
anyhow, I started dry January about 20 years ago when my father-in-law said, oh, my God, everybody's drunk again. So I never did. Now I'm nicknamed the teetotaler in my family. And I just sit around and watch everybody be jerks. Drunk.
Yeah, okay.
God, you're so
Sherry,
mad.
Sherry, what happens February 1st, though?
I think Sherry is like Pam's sister, the first caller.
That's why they're getting along so
I know.
well.
That's why Sherry loves her. All right.
Thank you, Sherry.
All right, Sherry, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Let me grab Tamara in Bradenton. Tamara, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Do you do dry January?
Yes, I do.
And how long have you done dry January?
I actually just started a couple years ago when I got diagnosed with breast cancer. I participated in it, and it actually does improve your health. It improves your breathing and all that. Your sleeping, everything.
Now, Tamara, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I will be 35 tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, Tamara, if we don't talk to you tomorrow or if I don't go to your party, happy birthday, by the way, tomorrow. So, wait a minute. You're going to be 30.
Thank you.
You're going to be 35 or 36 tomorrow?
35.
All right. 35.
Happy birthday.
All right. So, Tamara, how much drinking do you typically do that you cease for dry January?
In a month span, I will probably go through 3 or 4 12-packs and probably a bottle and a half of vodka.
Wait, what?
That seems high. Is that high? I don't know.
How long? Wait, how long?
We have a lot of like parties and stuff that we do.
Oh, so you're not drinking all
Our
that.
family's crazy. It's either weed or it's beer.
Oh, my God.
All right. I'll take an invite anytime.
I love how she started off the call with like, oh yeah, I gave up alcohol because of my breast cancer diagnosis, but now we're on weed and beer the rest of the
wait a
year.
minute. Is there a month for abandoning weed?
No.
No way. No way.
No, I don't think they have a dry weed month.
That would be silly.
I don't think the drug dealers would appreciate that month very well.
Ma'am.
Doc MJ.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Go to Doc MJ.
Oh, by the way, this is a good point. Froggy has a new client, Doc MJ, for medical marijuana.
That's
Of no
right.
affiliation to you.
I am not Doc MJ.
You're not.
Let's be very clear that Doc MJ is not owned by me, MJ. I'm not at all connected with Doc MJ.
Unfortunately.
which is Froggy's new client.
Yes, Doc.
Hey, you know how many taxes you could probably get from that?
Now,
the
Tamara,
government profits from it. Why can't we?
all right, Tamara, what happens on February 1st?
You just go back to your normal life. You just pick up a beer and a joint. and you go at it.
All right, all right, so Tamara, wait a minute. So you stopped drinking your 12 packs of beer and your vodka during January, but you're still smoking weed?
Well, yeah, you know, it helps with the side effects of chemo, too. So,
Yeah.
hey, it's all in one.
There you go. Helps with her hunger issues, right?
Tamara, hold on. Tamara, are you on chemotherapy?
Yes, I'm on chemotherapy.
What kind of cancer?
I had breast cancer.
She said that earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I missed that. All right, so sorry, guys. Are you in remission? Are you cured?
I am. Well, what they say is I'm in halfway in remission, halfway out. I had a double mastectomy. I have all my lymph nodes on my left side removed, but I have 32 more tumors that just popped up.
Oh boy!
And that they're monitoring because they can't remove them. They're in my liver and stuff like that, where they can't be removed. So I am on a chemo pill for the next 10 years of my life, and I'm on infusion for God knows how long.
All right, well, listen, I wish you the best, Tamara, and please keep in touch with us, okay?
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. Let me move on. We got to get into Antonio Brown. We've got to get into the mechanics of the meltdown in a minute. Also, the Betty White death. We got to get into that momentarily. Let me grab Lisa in Tampa as we wrap up the whole dry January. And then, as I teased a moment ago, I got to give you some of the health considerations that you should know before you do ditch alcohol for January. Let me grab Lisa Tampa. Hi, Lisa. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, good morning, MJ. How are you?
Doing well, Lisa. So tell me, are you a dry January, dump the alcohol adherent?
Yes. My brother had said he was going to do it last year. I tried it. It didn't last very long. So this year I decided I would do it, and one of my girls and one of my friends in Pilates class and one of the persons I play tennis with, they said they were going to do it, so I joined in. And then I got my fiance to say he'd do it. And MJ, this is kind of funny. We were having pizza last night, and usually with my son and his girlfriend before they go back to college. And he was like, "We always have beer and pizza, and usually we drink on the weekends." And he's like, "This seltzer water sure is good without any vodka in it." So it's only been 4 days. 4 days.
All right, 4 days down.
All right, well, Lisa, you got what, 27 days to go. Yeah, January, 31 days. All right, hey, good luck, and thanks for listening, Lisa.
Yeah, have a great day.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Thank you for calling. All right, so just wrapping up dry January here. If you are thinking about jumping into dry January, or you've already started.
If you're thinking about it, you're late.
Well, yeah, that's right. Today is what? Today's the 4th.
Yeah, you're almost missing the whole first week.
Is your functioning alcoholic friend partaking?
But also, dry January, though, really, it's after going
maniacally
maniacally drunken crazy on New Year's Eve. It's the beginning is January 1st. It's just hours. Well, technically, you're probably still getting hammered into January 1st.
That's why you don't even start till the 3rd.
At 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
You got to get through the weekend.
Hey, what was your 2 o'clock in the morning like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day then?
What was it like?
Yeah, were you falling over?
I mean, I drank a lot of tequila.
Oh,
a lot. Yeah.
Good for you.
Did you keep it all down?
Yeah, no, I didn't throw up or anything.
Oh, no
that's so gross. No reversals. But I do have to tell you, I have to tell myself to stick to dry January. I have to tell myself, Roxanne, if you want to have a glass of wine, you can. Because if I'm too rigid and say you can't have anything, then I'll fall off the wagon.
Hold on. So,
no.
So you're doing half-assed.
She's like, it's going to be too hard. I'll have a drink every once in a while.
You're doing half-assed dry January.
All these callers convinced me it's just too much of a pain.
It's moist January.
It really is.
That's like, this AA program, sometimes I get tired of it and I want to put a few back.
Just one
night. Yeah, Wednesday I'm going to fall off. Then Thursday I'm back.
Okay, listen, MJ.
Saturday I'm off again.
If you're in AA, you're not celebrating 1 month of sobriety.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, come on.
I know.
Okay, you have an issue.
Casual drinkers, and there's drinkers, and there's alcoholics.
Doug has a drinking problem because he drinks White Claws all the time. And
he's got other problems if he's drinking White Claws all
That's
the
what
time.
I'm saying. I loathe White Claws, especially for a grown man. And so
that is such a wussy drink for Dig Doug, your fiance. That's all he drinks is White Claws.
He drinks tequila too, but anyways, one of his friends sent him a stack. I showed you that photo, MJ. A stack of White Claws, like a pallet had to cut, or pallets of it were unloaded at my house.
Which famous person?
No, just a regular friend.
Okay,
Mr.
So
Claw.
is that why whenever you guys come over to my house and we do like a dinner, that Doug brings me a great bottle of wine? Does he not drink red wine?
No, he drinks red wine too. He does, but
All right.
he's mostly on the claws.
All right, so just wrapping up dry January here. If you're thinking about it, here are some health considerations that you should know before you ditch the actual alcohol. Outside of saving money from all of the alcoholic beverages that you will not be purchasing for the month of January, the top health benefit that you can receive is avoiding the unnecessary
Wait.
Well, yeah, calories.
Really?
Because people don't realize how many calories are in alcohol.
Yeah.
You can get a mixed drink, for instance. You could have a 500-calorie drink bomb. You're having a cocktail at a bar. You could be sitting on a 500-calorie drink bomb.
That's why you drink your stuff straight, like me, on ice.
No. You give me a couple of pina coladas with extra lard in them.
Oh.
They're delicious.
According to the USDA's Food Data Central database, a can of beer is around 154 calories. A 5-ounce serving of wine is around 123 calories. But varying spirits and liquors like sake, whiskey, vodka, rum, gin, they tend to be under 100 calories. But that's on a per-ounce basis. That can, if you're making a cocktail, that can really rack up. That's why, Festa, do me a favor. Do a Google search on the most high-calorie cocktails.
Guarantee you it's like a margarita.
A Mai Tai.
Yeah, do it quickly. High-calorie cocktails.
Those things make you feel. So that's why you get hungover drinking that
All
stuff.
right, so one of my favorites.
Oh,
leads the
my
list.
God. Look at number 3. A pina colada could be 644 calories.
Getting drunk in the rain.
Okay, so all of these would be what I would order at a bar if I were going to get a drink.
Yeah, he orders really
Starting
bad
off with number 5, the Mai Tai, 350. The my
To
favorite.
go with your shirts.
My
I was right.
favorite kind of Russian, the White Russian.
Yeah.
425. Pina colada, 644. Wow. Margaritas, 740. And
a margarita could be 740 calories. And coming in at number 1
is the pride of every New Yorker, the Long Island iced tea.
Give me a Long Island iced teas could average 780 calories for one drink.
Those are no joke.
They will sneak up on you.
They will light you up because you're drinking them like you're having an Arnold Palmer or something, you know? It's like you're putting back, like a non-alcohol, and then, before you know it, you're falling over drunk. You forgot your name. You end up in a bathtub. Your kidney's gone.
I was dating a girl I was dating a girl. We were on a date at a bowling alley, and she drank so many she puked on the alley. Like they had to come and clean the alley.
Are you serious?
It was going down.
Are you serious?
I'm like, I'm not gonna roll in that. No,
It's all in the gutter.
It's the hottest thing I've ever seen. Well, Mai Tais are no joke. I mean, Long Island iced tea should be banned.
No.
Rum runners didn't make the list. That's what rum runners are like too.
Ugh.
Yeah, but rum runners are like little shots, right? Don't you like?
No, it's a big slushy, like 10 different
You
alcohols.
need to drink your whiskey neat or on ice so you can control the craziness.
All right, so there you have it. Dry January pros and cons. And again, if you're a heavy drinker, experts are saying do not cold turkey it. All right, let's talk Antonio Brown. I mean, everyone knew. First of all, did anyone think that the Antonio Brown problems were going to cease with the counterfeit fake vaccination card? Did anyone think that was going to be the case?
Didn't he have problems at his old team too?
Yeah.
Dude, I've got a timeline here. How much time do we have?
Actually, you have plenty.
We do. I have a complete timeline of Antonio Brown's NFL career. New York Post put together, obviously the Jets are in, New York, and, New York Post did a great compendium of all of Antonio Brown's problems, a total timeline. And this is what they write. Antonio Brown's NFL career may have ended in January 2022 after at MetLife on Sunday. He ripped his jersey off and his pads, chucked his whole kit onto the sideline. Then he walks down the sideline, cuts the corner across to the end zone, And then what was that like? He was doing like a jump up and down kind of dance.
I think he was trying to hype up the crowd or wait.
Yeah.
He's trying to get an emotion. And get
It's like,
feedback.
let's go.
Let's go, like a hype man.
Was that the Bucks area he was going out in front of?
No, it's not like college football where they give
Playing in the
one
Jets.
team
Oh,
a
okay.
section. It's all Jets fans and a couple of Bucks fans sprinkled in.
But the Bucks fans were mad. They were flicking them off.
So first he takes off the whole jersey and the pads, chucks that on the side, and then he's wearing just a black undershirt. He takes the black undershirt off, and I did notice he's got a pretty good six-pack of abs going on. I will tell you that. But he takes his black shirt, and he chucks that into the stands at MetLife in New Jersey. And then he even peels off his white receiving gloves. He even takes off his catching gloves and then throws those into the stands as well.
Can I get your thigh pads, sir?
Can I get your jock strap,
Please?
Stand back.
All right, so I have a complete list of, he was drafted in April of 2010. He was drafted by the Steelers, 6th round out of Central Michigan.
Mike Tomlin kept him under control for a little bit.
Who?
His coach for the Steelers.
Oh, I'll act like I know who that is.
September 19, 2010, he made his NFL debut with the Steelers.
How many teams this guy played for?
Just a couple. But he eventually had a falling out with the Steelers. He went to the Raiders, had a falling out there, got signed with the Patriots for a couple of days.
Jeez.
Then there were all these sexual harassment allegations that came out.
Well, hang on. Let's go to so let me go through 2011, 2010, 2012, 2014 was his first Pro Bowl selection. But then the timeline says January 2017, cracks in the foundation. Brown broadcast the Steelers' locker room celebration on Facebook Live following a divisional round win over the Chiefs, despite quarterback Ben Roethlisberger and Ramon Foster asking otherwise. So they said, please don't do a live video in the locker room.
All right.
And he did it anyway.
It's not that bad.
What a scofflaw he is.
Wait a minute. But head coach Mike Tomlin called the broadcast selfish and foolish. Let's go to December 2018. So he did sign an extension with the Steelers. December 2018, Pittsburgh lost patience. Steelers deactivate Brown for Week 17 game after he reportedly threw a ball at a teammate's head in practice.
All right, it is football. They throw balls at each other.
And that his relationship with Ben Roethlisberger, who might have played his last game, by the way.
Last home game last night.
That guy still plays.
It might have been his last home game. Because he could be, retired. So his relationship's bad. So then he hits the end of Pittsburgh in February of 2019. And he agrees with the team he's going to move on. So then March 2019, the Buffalo trade was axed. He didn't want, I guess he protested a potential trade to the Bills on social media, and then the whole deal fell apart. He poisoned that deal. Then he gets a fresh start.
Oh, my gosh.
March 13th, 2019.
Yes, John Gruden offers an olive branch.
So then he goes to the Raiders.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He goes to the Raiders with John Gruden. Then things start getting chilly pretty quickly. So March 13th, 2019, a fresh start with John Gruden and the Raiders. Then July 2019, things start getting a little chilly.
Never played a game for the Raiders.
Yeah.
No.
Well, apparently he had frostbite. Literally, he got frostbite from cryotherapy. What?
That's a thing, man.
I guess so. Then August 3rd of 2019, we have the feet pictures. Brown posted a picture of his blistered feet due to the frostbite on Instagram. Then he had a helmet issue. August 9th of 2019, Brown files a grievance asking to continue wearing his own helmet, which had been banned, and threatens to retire if not allowed. He loses the grievance, doesn't practice with the Raiders. So then he's fined for missing practice. Then he has a fallout with Oakland. He demands and receives his release from the Raiders after the team voids guaranteed money in the contract. Tom Brady comes to the rescue. Tom Brady rescues this guy in September of 2019. Brown agrees to a one-year deal with the Patriots worth up to $15 million.
Oh, great.
Then,
thanks a lot, Tom.
Antonio Brown, September 10th through the 16th of 2019, allegations surface. Brown is accused of sexual assault by former trainer Brittany Taylor. And simultaneously, there's a Sports Illustrated article detailing a second incident of the alleged sexual misconduct by Brown.
Have we gotten smashing through the security gate yet?
No, I don't think we're there
No,
yet.
September 20th, 2019, Patriots' tenure ends.
Like 1 week or 2 weeks he's been with the team.
Yeah, New England released Brown after just one game.
What team would be crazy enough to sign this loose cannon after the Patriots?
The Buccaneers. the Bucs.
Because of Tom again, right?
I've got a little filling in the timeline.
Yeah, go
in
ahead.
January or in summer of 2021,
right?
He almost rented one of our houses.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
really?
so Doug met him and said he was a super nice guy, but it just didn't work out. Like he wanted to get in right then, and the house wasn't going to quite be ready.
Which house did he want to rent?
I think it was the one right across from at the time when Brady was living on Davis Island.
The Miley Cyrus, the one that Miley Cyrus stayed in during the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Wow. Probably would have trashed the place. Probably a good thing that thing didn't get rented
Yeah.
to Antonio Brown.
Trashed.
No, he was really nice.
But listen, Tom Brady vouched for this guy to Bruce Arians.
I vouched for you.
Then we go to January 13th of 2020. Hollywood, Florida's police department, because his house, his $6.5 million mansion spread it's in Hollywood. It's down in Broward County. And the Hollywood Police Department, they say they no longer want Brown associated with their youth football league following a number of domestic violence incidents in which they were called to his home. The Hollywood Police Department, Hollywood, Florida, returned a check from Brown and issued a trespass order against him to stay away from youth football. What? That's crazy.
Wow.
Then there's more problems. So 10 days after that, January 22nd of 2020, an arrest warrant is issued for Antonio Brown in relation to an alleged battery and burglary. He was involved in an apparent altercation with the delivery truck driver. He pleaded no contest and received 2 years probation. What was the? I think we talked about this. Right?
We did.
What was the story with the delivery? What happened?
Didn't remember.
Yeah, the driver was late. I have no idea.
Can you do the Google thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you look that up? But he got into a fight with a delivery driver. All right, then we go to July 31st of 2020.
Oh, my gosh.
And Brown is suspended for 8 games by the NFL for violating the personal conduct policy. Then we shoot to October 27th of 2020, just not this past October, but the October before 2020. And here comes Tom Brady to the rescue once again. And Brown signed a 1-year deal with the Buccaneers. But remember that Bruce Arians had previously said that that Antonio Brown was, quote, not a fit for the Buccaneers organization. So you know what that means? It means that star quarterback, the Tom Brady, put his muscle behind. Listen, Antonio Brown was living with Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen in the Davis Islands Derek Jeter house that Brady was renting for months, right?
I think so, when he first got into town.
Tom vouched for this guy.
Yeah.
So Bruce Arians apparently did not want Antonio Brown on the team because Bruce Arians knew this guy's a loose cannon and it's going to go bad. It's going to go south. This thing is going sideways at some point. But clearly, Tom Brady put his muscle into it, and he talked the Buccaneers organization into bringing Antonio Brown on board and giving him a shot.
I don't know if his muscle was involved, but he certainly put in a good word for him.
Listen, the bottom line is that Antonio, he must have mental problems. I mean, the guy needs, I don't know if he's ever gone to therapy. I don't know if he has a therapist. Froggy, what do you give me a look for?
He definitely has mental issues, yes. I mean, the amount of things you just read off about the guy, it's astounding. How many things.
Froggy is very sympathetic to mental issues
But
because
but
of that situation.
But the walk off the field shirtless and then chucking his gear into the stands, that has never happened.
That's the best way to put a bow on that career right there.
This guy is probably never going to play in the NFL again.
No, somebody will pick him up.
Does this? I don't think so. do you realize? Well, listen, I guess Michael
The
Vick-
dog killer guy.
Michael Vick. I was just going to say, Michael Vick, the dog killer, was hired by Fox to do pregame. So I guess
He was a quarterback after he came back.
He had a really good career after jail.
You're right. He did.
All right, so there's a couple of things going on here. There's different stories. Bruce Arians says the coaches kicked him off the sideline. Then he says he's too injured to play, so they kick him off, and he starts freaking out.
Right. So that's where there are some discrepancies coming into the story here with Antonio Brown.
Then the guys at Fox. Have you seen the Fox postgame show?
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw puts his foot in his mouth. Michael Strahan does something kind of silly.
Yeah,
and
I've got all that audio.
Okay.
You know what? Just for the heck of it, I don't know if has anybody in town, has anybody listening to the show right now, has anyone had any kind of an encounter locally with Antonio Brown?
Besides Roxanne.
Roxanne, have you had any personal contact?
No, I have not. No, but Doug said he was a very nice guy. He said he was a cool guy.
Doug, Roxanne's fiance, Dig Doug, met with Antonio Brown.
Professional, yep.
And said he was fine.
Yep.
He didn't say that he appeared to have a screw loose?
Not at all.
All right.
Makes Warren Sapp look like an angel.
Yeah.
Warren
What about the good old days, huh? Crazy ass Warren Sapp
Cursing you out in public. I mean, come on.
Seriously.
Can I have an autograph? No. All right. Big fan, Warren.
Yeah.
I have
a history with Warren Sapp.
I don't know if I've ever. Is that a good history?
I think everybody does.
Is that a good history or bad history?
I mean, psychotic. I mean, he did try to chase after me at a game in Atlanta, like came thundering down the locker room and tried to, scream at me in front of everybody.
Why? Well, hold on. Why?
That's awesome. Roxanne has the craziest Warren Sapp story ever.
I do.
Well, hang on a minute. We got to deal with what happened with you and Warren Sapp.
When I used to cover the Bucks years ago and I first started working there, I didn't know some of the rules. Like, you're not really supposed to sit down on the locker room bench because they don't like that when you're trying to get in there to hold your mic to interview somebody. And I was interviewing Simeon Rice, and I'm like a small person, so I tried to squeeze into the media, whatever they call it, bad word, I'm not going to say it. And then so Warren Sapp comes up to me and is like, "Can't you stand up to do your job?" and starts berating me in front of everybody.
Sorry, Warren.
So then I wrote him a 3-page letter, and I FedExed it to him and to Jeff Camus, actually, because Jeff Camus was with the PR department then. And so they both got it, and Jeff called me the next day. He's like, "Roxanne, you didn't really need to send that letter to Warren. He's kind of upset about it."
What a Karen!
Let us say
that was pre-Karen.
You hand wrote a letter?
So he was upset. Wait, what did your letter say to Warren Sapp?
I just was like, I'm not going to put up with this.
I've never been so disrespected in my life.
Oh my God.
By the way, I'm about to tell a Warren Sapp story that I've never told on the air in the past.
Oh, good. I want to hear yours.
Oh, boy.
All right, I'm going to tell a story.
Sorry, I brought up
in
his
a moment.
name.
So tell me about what you write in the letter.
Okay, so one thing I wrote at the end of the letter, and I didn't mean it as a smart-ass thing. I just was a mortgage broker at the time that I was an intern at the TV station. So I was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm also a mortgage broker if you ever need to refinance your home. Here's my information." And so
his Avila home?
So then that's the part that made him mad.
The house that he lost in bankruptcy? That house?
Did he
And
lose?
just so you know, Warren, I've seen better sap out of trees.
Yeah, he didn't like that part either. But anyways, so then the next weekend, I saw him at the game. Remember when he was doing the dance in the end zone against the Falcons, like the Beyonce dance?
No.
You guys don't remember? Okay, this is years ago. So after that, I told one of the guys I was working with, I'm like, "Watch, Warren Sapp's going to come after me." And sure enough, he goes, "No." And I go, trust me. And when we left the locker room, he starts running down after me going, hey, I hope you go broke at your mortgage company.
Oh my gosh! Warren!
He said, "I hope you go broke at your mortgage company."
Yeah,
Thanks for the positive words.
And then every time I would see him after that, he would always be like, 1%, 2%. He would just shout out percentages, like interest rates, I guess.
What can I get approved for?
He was like, he's heckling you. Warren Sapp would mortgage heckle you.
Can't sell no house.
What rate are your lenders offering now?
My God. All right. My stories, my Warren Sapp story, before we get back, we'll get back to Antonio Brown and him. But I guess you could say that Warren Sapp may be the closest thing to AB, to Antonio Brown.
No, Warren Sapp's a saint. compared to this guy.
But
Antonio Brown is nice to people in public, but awful to everybody else. And Warren Sapp was horrible to people in public.
A friend of mine had a home right next to. What are you laughing at?
I think I heard this story before.
I think I've told this story.
You told it to us privately.
I think I've told this story privately, but I've never told this story on the air. A friend of mine lived next to Warren Sapp in Avila. And Warren used to invite him over. Come on over, man. This friend of mine told me directly. This is the friend who's the neighbor Warren Sapp. And this is years and years and years ago. So this would have been maybe 15 years ago.
Early 2000s?
Maybe. He said he went to Warren Sapp's house, and he had a hefty bag-sized marijuana stash.
Yeah.
It was like a hefty garbage bag filled with pot.
You never been to a football player's house before?
That's just for the day off.
All right, that's the story I was told.
Good for him.
By someone that claims that they witnessed it firsthand.
Last him a week.
Yeah. It's a good supply.
Listen, I don't know if that story is true or false, but the person that told me this is a reputable dude.
I'm sure.
He told me that story firsthand.
Why he would show that to visitors, I don't know.
Say, hey, look at this.
By the way, here you go, hefty sing sack.
If I had a hefty cinch sack of weed, that's all I'd show visitors. Hey, here's my bag of weed. Look at this.
So again, I don't know if the story is true or false, but that story was told to me. All right, just wrapping up on Antonio Brown, because we got a lot to do. You know, the meltdown, that Delta flight from Tampa to Atlanta, that huge meltdown was crazy. We got to get into that coming up in just a bit. Hey, Coop, did you get that? Did you get the Delta flight? I don't see that on the list. Did you get that Delta flight audio? Coop, hang on a minute. Coop is on the phone screening calls for something. Did you get that Delta audio? The Karen, is that? Do we have that? The lady on the Delta flight.
The Delta, no. I know we have like 3 Karens.
Yeah, I sent that to you when we were on vacation.
Okay, let me go through it. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, because that's got some curse words. We got to get into that. We've got a bunch of Karen stories today and a bunch of audio to get to. All right, so who can explain what? Just wrapping up on Antonio Brown here. Who can explain the whole injury excuse? So the story is that the injury excuse emerged after this crazy exit that Antonio Brown had.
Okay, I don't know if anybody can explain it firsthand, but from what I know, Antonio Brown gets pulled from the game by Bruce Arians and then is told to get back into the game. And Antonio Brown says, I'm injured. I'm hurt. I can't play. And one of the coaches said, well, then if he can't play, then get him the hell off the sideline. And this is all what's being said to have happened. And Brown's like, deuces, I'm out of here. And he takes off his gear. Yep. And you can see Mike Evans trying to go over to him and calm him down.
Number 13, you can see Mike Evans is right next to him on the sideline. As he's about to rip off his jersey and his pads, Mike Evans is standing next to him on the sideline.
Another hothead trying to calm him down.
But you could see the exact second Mike Evans gave up on him when he just turned around and walked away and let him take off his pads.
This.
And he's like, I don't want any part of this. And so Brown saying, I tried to tell the coaches I was injured. And then now Bruce Arians is saying he never got word that Antonio Brown thought he was injured. A lot of people with A's and B's. Bruce Arians, Antonio Brown's. But so it's a big he said, she said, and all this. And then immediately after the game, Rick Stroud from the Tampa Bay Times is doing his interview, his post-game interview with BA. And says, Coach, what about Antonio? And he goes, Antonio's no longer a Buck.
Yeah, so I've got that audio. This is Bruce Arians.
Hey, Coach. You've been someone that's expressed genuine care and concern for Antonio. How tough was it for you to see what happened yesterday and to make that call?
Yeah, it was very hard. And I wish him well. I hope if he needs help, get some. And it's very hard because I do care about him.
So Tom Brady talking about Antonio Brown.
Obviously a difficult situation. And, I think we all want, him to just think everybody should find, hopefully do what they can to help him in ways that he really needs it. And, we all love him. We care about him deeply. we want to see him be at his best, and unfortunately, won't be with our team. But we have a lot of friendships that will last. And again, I think the most important thing about football are the relationships with your friends and your teammates, and they go beyond the field. And I think everyone should be very compassionate and empathetic toward some very difficult things that are happening.
All right, now that Tom Brady, he put his name on the line. That he put up the collateral, so to speak. He said, "Listen, guys, hey, Buccaneers organization, general manager Bruce Arians, Bucs ownership, I've got this. Let me have Antonio Brown. I've got it. I'm going to manage him." You know damn well that's what Tom Brady did. So Tom Brady looks like a schmuck here.
No, he doesn't, because he's played for over a year for the team. They won a Super Bowl with this guy.
Wait a minute.
Tom Brady, his ass cashed the check that his mouth wrote.
Right, but remember, December 2nd, that's when the whole COVID issue. Remember, Brown was suspended for 3 games by the NFL for misrepresenting his COVID vaccination status. He had a phony card. And then, of course, we had the meltdown on Jan 2, on Sunday up at MetLife in Jersey.
He should have been fired after the card thing.
What about Terry Bradshaw? We got to wrap this up.
What did he say?
We got to wrap this up because I got a ton of other things we got to get to. But Terry Bradshaw on Fox.
Oh, curmudgeon say.
I like Terry
He's
Bradshaw.
getting to be an angry old man.
Yeah, he is.
You think so?
He might be too
He's a
old.
cane. He's turning into like Scrooge McDuck.
This is the NFL on the MJ Morning Show. All right, so this is Terry Bradshaw. And, well, he doesn't pull any punches.
No matter Antonio Brown.
Right.
Yeah.
I
no
agree
matter
with
what
that.
happens.
Yeah.
You stay out there and you do your job with your teammates.
Have you
Do
ever seen
not
anything
pick
like that?
Never. You don't.
At any league.
I don't
any
care how
level.
heated you get. You
If it's nothing, if there's no altercation and it's just him tripping off because he's not going to reach certain goals on the receiving to get his bonus money of $1 million, then they need to put him in a straitjacket and take him straight to some hospital and get him analyzed.
Well,
It's
let's not
crazy.
speculate, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not happy here right now. So.
Well,
we'll do the rest of the
let me
show
have
without
the
Michael,
jacket.
although something tells me he'll be back here. I tell you who's back right now, David Carr and the Raiders.
All right, so there you go. And I got to be honest, I think that Antonio Brown probably needed a straitjacket prior to this meltdown. The guy's not right. Something's wrong.
Did you guys hear? Oh, my God, you won't believe this. Did you hear what John Madden said about it?
Come on, man.
He said this.
Froggy, what are you doing?
Did you guys know John Madden died?
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
Oh.
I met John Madden. I had a great encounter with John Madden at Fleming Steakhouse.
I thought it was a good joke.
It was a pretty good joke. I mean, how many John Madden jokes can you make?
You haven't brought up JM, bro.
John Madden. I ran into him at Fleming Steak. I'll tell that story in a second.
Boom.
We got Betty White and John Madden in 1 week.
Who's next?
Who was a third? I think there was already.
There is no third yet.
Or was it Desmond Tutu?
Desmond Tutu, he checked out as well.
Oh.
But real quickly, before I forget, there was a report from Fox News last night that Antonio Brown is still with the Bucs despite assertions to the contrary. So what? Is he still rostered? Is that it?
The team has not cut him because if they cut him, he hasn't really broken any league rules. He's available to be picked up by another team.
Okay.
Because if they cut him, he's an unconditional free
All right,
agent,
so-
and a team can pick him up for the playoff.
Antonio Brown is still on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as of Monday night, last night, despite Coach Bruce Arians telling reporters that he's no longer a Buck. Arians was asked earlier Monday during his media availability about the logistics of cutting Brown, and he appeared to pass the buck to the front office.
They would rather see him punished procedurally through the league or through the head office and not be available for other teams to pick up.
One of the texters says the ankle injury is not true and that he was just upset Tom wasn't throwing to him. And you can see Tom Brady talking to him and he was upset. And then Antonio Brown said, I guess you're going back to your boy, meaning Gronk. And then Tom said, no, I'm going to throw it to you. And then he said, well, I guess I just wrote to my home. I'm just going to throw it to my homeboy then. This is like the exchange you could supposedly see on the sideline.
Quickly, before we move on, John Madden, I tweeted out 6 days ago, so right after the news broke of John Madden's death, I tweeted out at my Twitter account, which is at Todd Schnitt, at TODDSCHNITT. I tweeted, had the pleasure of meeting John Madden at Fleming Steakhouse in Tampa on Saturday, January 31st, 2009. Madden was in town to call Super Bowl That would have been 40.
You can't read Roman numerals?
No, I'm doing it right now.
Okay, but it takes a little while.
I wrote it out.
You wrote it?
I wrote it. He was in town to call Super Bowl 43 at Ray J. He was in the back left corner booth, and we were seated right next to him. And I asked him to say, boom, tough acting, tenactin'.
Did you really do that?
I did.
Why are you so annoying to people?
He did it.
Of course he did. You made him feel awkward.
John made. So we're sitting. I say, hey, John, give me a boom, fast acting, tenactin'.
Tough acting. You messed up the line.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
No, I said tough acting first.
Oh, my
gosh. So I said, do me a favor, say boom, tough acting tonight. And he literally did it. And he did it with he didn't just go boom, tough act. He did boom, tough acting. He really did it.
Listen, a foot powder company pays me $50 million over my lifetime. I can't be happier to say that.
I have to say Ace is the place.
That's true. That was my run-in. That was my one and only ever encounter with John Madden. And the guy was jovial. He was friendly.
He was drunk.
Here, I'm a morning show putz. And I asked the guy to go, boom, tough acting, tenactin'. And he does it in the middle of Fleming Steakhouse.
He played along.
Yeah.
Only if you say, oh, thank God you answered.
Deal.
Oh, thank God you've answered.
I love that.
Oh, thank God you've answered.
We listened to it on the bus.
Me and Pat always laugh at that.
That was I think that was his last game. I think he retired after that Super Bowl.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I was the Steelers Cardinals Super Bowl.
You're right. That he retired. Literally, the Super Bowl was it was February 1. Because that's why I knew the date. Because I met him the Saturday night before the Super Bowl, and he retired a month later. I think it was March or April that he retired. So it was right after that Super Bowl, right after Super Bowl 43, which was right here in Tampa. So
something crazy. I mean, weird timing. On Christmas Day, Fox aired a John Madden documentary.
I know.
That was great.
Crazy.
I watched it. I watched it a day later, but it was a really, really moving recap of his entire career. And then he dies 3 days later.
I know. So, and then Betty White. The magazine covers are out. People magazine has a Betty White turns 100. No, she didn't.
She just put a little almost at the end.
All right, we got to get to Betty White now, but quickly, you might want to read this, Rox. I didn't get a chance to get to this. Headline, why Antonio Brown's latest meltdown was inevitable according to astrology.
Oh, okay. Let me get into this. Thank you.
No.
You might want to give me a full report on this later today
I'll have it for
or maybe
you.
tomorrow.
What's his sign right off the bat?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Hey, so Betty White, People Magazine, you killed Betty. People So Fester, you rushed out to get this?
So like everybody, New Year's Eve, toward the evening time, my wife's like, Betty, all she said, she gasps and yells, oh no, Betty White. And I'm like, what? She goes, dead. I'm like, oh no.
I thought it was a joke because every year they post dyes her hair.
Right before.
I never saw that.
Yeah.
Betty White
Betty White dies, and then you click it, it's like, dyes her hair, she's still alive.
I mean, listen,
I never saw that.
It's New Year's Eve. Everybody's getting ready to celebrate the end of 2021. And what a kick in the Jimmy right before the year ends. Betty White.
What does it say? What does the cover say?
People Magazine.
Oh, my God.
People Magazine has a smiling Betty White on the cover. And the headline is Betty White turns 100. Funny never gets old. The comedy legend shares her secrets for happiness and her celebrity crush, plus blah, blah, blah. So People Magazine has this on the newsstands.
How great.
And
it never happened.
But Betty White did not turn 100. She turned 99.999.
So then my wife pulls up about an hour later the cover of People Magazine, and I'm like, oh, I have to have that. And all the stores were closed, supermarkets were closed by this time, and I got out New Year's Day. First thing, I was there at 9 a.m., and it was the last one at the Publix near my house. I'm like, oh,
you got the last copy?
Yes, and People Magazine is like $6 now. Oh,
it is.
It's expensive.
It's $5.99.
I was reading on December 30th, I was reading online a story on Betty White's secret to longevity, which is, I think it was whiskey. I think that may have been in the article, but also gratitude.
Yeah, gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know about that.
Anyway, Betty White, rest in peace. You know, can we play? Hurry up, bring up Golden Girls theme. Hurry up, hurry.
They're all together finally after all this time.
We got to go out and start. Betty White was such an adorable woman. She had a hell of a, she started doing those old radio dramas back in the 30s.
Yes, brought to you by Lux Soap. Yes.
And Lucky Strike.
Right after the Green Hornets, Betty White will be in the new Jack Parr show. Yeah, she's been in entertainment for 1,000,000 years.
Oh, all right, so this is Golden Girls Season 1 intro. Is that what this is?
No, you can't play this. This is going to be the.
Come on.
You got something else going there.
Fester, you got like... Fester,
Hold on.
Fester, you're ruining Betty White's name.
Fester, you got like 9 things playing.
Play again.
All right, here we go. Oh, Coop's got it. Coop, go ahead. Play it. No, you upcut it.
Damn it, Coop.
Come on, Coop, play it from the beginning.
I'm sorry. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
And you're dead.
Froggy, stop it! What is that? I got a tribute going on here.
They're all dead.
Come on.
They're all dead.
Are they all gone now?
They are all gone now.
She was the last one.
Yeah.
That's right. B. Arthur.
B. Arthur, Rue McClanahan.
Yeah. Estelle Getty. They're all gone.
Yeah.
They're having cheesecake in heaven.
They're playing canasta.
I did you see that the last word that she uttered, supposedly, was Alan, and that was her husband who died. So, maybe he was coming to her.
Alan Ludden.
Yeah, when she was dying, maybe she saw him.
Wasn't he the Password game show host for years? Alan Ludden?
He was a game show host.
He was a game show host.
Yeah.
Anyway, Betty White, you lived an amazing life.
Thank you.
Betty White, rest in peace.
I mean, I'm sorry. I have a hard time getting all worked up over 99-year-olds kicking the bucket.
Yeah, please.
I mean, honestly.
It would have been nice if she would have lasted to the 100-year documentary. There was another producer that put together a 100-year documentary celebration. She hosed over People magazine and also the documentary, folks.
It's her last laugh.
Anyway, Betty White, you were fantastic. Rest in peace. Betty White.
I'm with Joan Rivers.
You had a hell of a life, a hell of a career. All right, we got to talk about the Karens. While we were on vacation, that woman melted down on the Delta flight from Tampa to Atlanta. All right, this is insane. If you haven't heard the audio on this, we'll get to that. We got like 2 or 3 Karen stories with audio. Hang on. All next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. All right, I want to talk... Morning show time is 9 o'clock. The MJ Watch never stops. You give us, what was that, 83 minutes? You give us the world. All right, so a lot of ground. You know what? We're not going to be able to cover everything. We're going to have to drag some holiday stuff over to tomorrow's show, and maybe even into Thursday as well. Because I know, Fester, you got a bunch of Christmas stories you got to get to. The swimming pool thing.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Folks, tomorrow morning we got to talk. Tomorrow morning you got to talk about this.
Oh,
all right. You got to hear Fester's swimming pool story, and we'll get to it tomorrow on tomorrow's show. I promise. All right.
I don't think I want to know.
A couple of lingering Betty White things, and then we got to get into the Tampa Delta Airlines Karen, it's an unbelievable story. But on the Betty White front, there was a rumor going around that Betty White died after getting her COVID booster shot. Who starts ridiculous rumors like? Who starts that crap?
Well, usually morning shows.
That's just irresponsible. Somebody tried to propagate the rumor that Betty White's cause of death was that she got the booster shot and then died the next day. That is not true. And Betty White's agent wanted to clarify that as well. That, less than 3 weeks before her 100th birthday, that she died as a result of natural causes, not because she got the booster shot. And Betty died peacefully in her sleep at home, according to her agent, Jeff Witjes, who is also White's close personal friend. It is a totally debunked rumor, completely. But the sick thing is there are people who are going to believe that.
Oh, did you hear about Betty White?
Yeah.
She got the booster.
I'm probably going to deal with this with 27 callers on my afternoon show later today.
It's true.
You know,
It's true. She got the booster and she died, Schnitt. I'm a big fan.
Hey, first time, long time. Listen, hear about Betty White and the booster?
all right, Betty White did not die from the booster shot.
Did she die from COVID or with COVID?
No. There's been no.
That's another rumor that people start.
No, she didn't die from the COVID, and she did not die from the booster shot. So, yeah, here's the quote. People are saying her death was related to getting a booster shot 3 days earlier. That's not true. She died of natural causes. Her death should not be politicized.
How come people just don't die of old age anymore?
That's what they're saying she died of.
She was almost 100 years old.
She died of old vid. Get it? Deserves a quack quack if I've ever.
No, it wasn't funny.
Hold on. What?
Old vid?
I said old vid. You know, like
Not
COVID. It's a
was-
Maniac Marty exclusive joke.
Terrible joke.
And is People Magazine in trouble? Because
How could they not be?
Well, hang on a minute. No, not just the cover. Not just the People Magazine is claiming that they've got the final interview with Betty White, but then people are saying that People Magazine never actually talked to Betty White.
Oh, maybe it was booked. Next Tuesday.
Yeah, TV Guide, they scored the first interview or the last interview. All right, so here's TV Guide. It's not around anymore, is it? Remember TV Guide?
Is it a website? Who knows?
Who needs it? You got the internet.
Do you really trust TV Guide to give you the truth? I mean, or People Magazine for that matter?
Yeah, so the question is Roger Friedman, the Showbiz 411 guy, and he's good. I like Roger Friedman. Roger Friedman is really plugged in. He used to be like the Fox News gossip guy, and then he had some falling out there. So he started showbiz411.com, which is a great site. And he says, exclusive, People Magazine's Betty White cover story, final interview conducted by email. No one spoke to her. So what's the story? And the question that he poses, was Betty White well enough to be interviewed for People Magazine this fall? The answer is we don't know. But People Magazine has made a business out of its so-called big final interview with Betty White, which made a cover story for their end-of-the-year double issue. And then in a twist of luck, right out of the front page, White died while the issue was on sale. It turns out, however, that the 3 quotes in the cover story by Liz McNeil were sent to people by email, so no one at the magazine spoke to White. The rest of the cover is a clip job from old People Magazine interviews. So are they pulling a wham-bam thank you scam here or what?
I think it goes back to the definition of what's an interview. I mean, you can interview somebody via email. You email over some questions, they reply back, and they call it an interview.
All right. So on my yeah, go ahead.
I was trending on our text line. Everybody is up in arms because they're saying she did live to 100 years and 7 days because she lived through 24 leap years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she did actually live
24
Yeah,
leap years.
I just go by the calendar year.
But technically, she did not live to 100th birthday. But hey, listen, thanks for doing the math for us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a lot of Olympics, people.
My plane travel, no nut jobs on my plane. So luckily, there were no non-compliant individuals. I'll tell you what, JetBlue last night, they were firm. So I flew, let's see.
Out of JFK?
Well, we flew Tampa to JFK. First we flew Tampa to JFK.
Going to London.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we flew Tampa, JFK, and then no, wait a minute. What did we do?
I don't.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. We flew.
Let's think about it more.
No, we flew Tampa, Boston, because we had to go get Chloe some stuff. All right, we flew Tampa, Boston. No problems, Tampa to Boston. That was, I think, we were on Delta or something. All right, and then we flew British Airways from JFK to London. Then we flew British Airways, Julian and I, from London back to Newark. And then I flew out of White Plains last night, out of Westchester on JetBlue on an Airbus 320. And no issues. But JetBlue, man, they were firm. The flight attendant said there will be zero tolerance for any misbehaving passengers.
All right, all you SOBs, sit in your seat and don't take those damn masks off.
I mean, they were firm. The flight attendant, it was a male delivering the announcement, a male flight attendant. If we have any disturbances on this flight, you will be arrested. I mean, he was blunt. And our flight back to Tampa last night, I didn't get home until like 11:40 last night. I should have been home at 9:40, but we were delayed 2 hours. My plane was a turn flight, so it went from Tampa. It went from Tampa to White Plains and then right back to Tampa. So our flight was 2 hours late leaving Tampa last night. So, Tampa International, they're talking a lot of flight delays, a lot of cancellations. I was worried because British Airways has been canceling flights because they have sick crew because of COVID. British Airways canceling flights, JetBlue, all the airlines are canceling flights. So I was like, oh, my God, I'm on a JetBlue flight at a little pissant Westchester airport.
That's top of the list to get canceled.
Really, I thought for sure my flight was going to be canceled, but it was just 2 hours late. But apparently, Tampa had delays last night because Tampa International, they've got COVID issues as well.
I'm just glad you're back. I got an ominous call from MJ late afternoon yesterday. I may not make it back.
Well, because I kept getting the little push notices on my phone from JetBlue that my flight, which was supposed to leave at 6:21 or something, was now 6:40. Then it goes to 7:05. Then it goes to 7:30. Then it goes to 7:50.
That's always fun.
Seriously, I had my head was spinning. I had so many damn push notices.
I get so angry when that happens when you want to get home. Oh.
So it gets getting pushed back and back. And then
I don't handle that well.
The Westchester Airport, they got a whole wall of charging little desktops where you can charge. Every outlet is worn out. Have you ever tried to put plugs in the outlet
and they flop out?
It won't even stay.
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
It's like, oh my God.
Not at TIA.
It's Westchester Airport. How tough is it for you guys to go to Home Depot and buy a $3.87 new plug
and tighten it up
and just install it?
Our airport spoils us. That's the problem.
That's true.
My God. So I'm trying to charge my phone. I'm trying to charge my iPad. The flipping charger is falling out of the wall. It won't even stay in.
You needed a drink.
Yeah, that'd been a good time to pop a couple.
Anyway, I took a picture. I had to grab my British Airways little toiletries bag. They give you that little bag of toiletries for the long flights.
Which ironically has toothpaste in it.
Right, actually. So I used the bag. I had to prop up the plug so it wouldn't fall out of the wall.
Aw.
It was ridiculous. All right, speaking of air travel, and this was while we were on vacation. This was the middle of a holiday. This Karen, this Patricia Cornwall, was on a Delta flight from Tampa Bay right here to Atlanta, and she gets into this freak out meltdown on the flight. I'm like, what is going on with this woman? So I assume that she had to be drunk. Do we know if she was drunk? So this Patricia Cornwall allegedly hits this 80-year-old guy.
Yeah, he was an old man.
And the guy is pretty astute, 80 years. He's like, sit down, Karen. So I got the 80-year-old using the Karen vernacular.
Sit down, Karen. Everybody
No,
knows you.
He didn't sound like that.
Sounded like this?
No, here, all right, here's the encounter. This is Patricia Cornwall, who allegedly slapped this 80-year-old passenger in the face. It's not alleged. It's on video. She slaps this guy.
I'll punch you in your face, bitch.
Oh, wait a second. That's the wrong one. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Is it?
Hang on. That's where's my airplane, Karen?
Oh my gosh, what was that?
Oh, I got it. It's Delta. That's the second Karen story. I'm sorry. Hang on a minute. I hit the wrong one. All right. So this is the first Karen story. All right. Hang on a minute. Let me because I want to be able to start and stop this. All right, here we go. So this is the airplane, Karen.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You're
Who invited you?
eating and I can
Drink your up. Don't you dare talk to me like that.
God damn it.
You stand your step up. Stand your up. Stand your up.
Sit down, Karen.
That's
Karen, sit down. Sit down, Karen.
That's the guy.
Listen, no, you're the
Oh, no, you're the dick.
Do you want the police to meet you on the ground?
What about him?
Mask up.
So she's like, put your mask on, and she has no mask on. She's screaming at this guy to put his mask on the Delta flight, and she's not wearing a mask. Her mask's down under her chin.
Now you're going to jail. That's assault. You're going to jail. As soon as we get in Atlanta, you're going to jail.
So he's yelling. He's yelling. As soon as we get to Atlanta, you're going to jail because she open palm slaps him in the face.
Ooh, Stockton smack.
Oh,
Sit
man.
down, Karen.
Sit down, Karen.
Sounds
Sit down, Karen.
the youngest 80-year-old I've ever heard.
I love this old man.
I saw some reports he was like late 70s. One report said he was 80.
Sit down, Karen.
Hey, listen, I'm 80 years old. Sit down.
Sit down, Karen.
She doesn't sound that drunk.
She's under the influence of something, obviously.
So this woman, you want to hear something crazy? This woman had an Instagram account that Michelle found, and wait to hear what happened. So this woman, 51 years old, this Patricia Cornwall, apparently a real estate agent, and she's got like grown kids that live overseas. We don't know why she was in Tampa, but she was in Tampa for some reason, flying to Atlanta, and some reports say that she was an ex-Playboy model and even appeared in an episode of Baywatch.
She is a former NFL cheerleader for the Raiders.
That's right, and she was and a former NFL cheerleader.
She has been on Baywatch, and she's been in Playboy.
What's her name?
Patricia Cornwall.
Patricia Cornwall.
I watched Baywatch. I wonder.
This was the December 23rd Atlanta to Tampa flight that was affected. Well, they have many flights to Atlanta on everyday Delta at least.
Yeah,
But
apparently she works for Coldwell Banker and Berkshire Hathaway.
Oh, she looks super cute in her cheerleading days.
Yeah.
Oh,
Raiderette. She was
I
a Raiderette.
recognize her.
No, you don't.
This is from the episode. I watch Baywatch every day.
What do you mean? Is that still on?
There's a Baywatch channel on my TV for some reason, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, she was a Raiderette for the Raiders when they played in Los Angeles.
Oh, I let her scream at me.
Yeah, would you let her punch you?
She starts yelling at the guy for not wearing the mask. And while she's ranting about him not wearing the mask on the flight, he claimed that he had the mask down because he was eating and drinking. So she's yelling at him to put the mask on. Meanwhile, her mask is totally off her nose and mouth and like on below her chin.
And she spit on him.
Spit on him, hits him,
Okay, she doesn't look like that anymore.
and then the guy yells,
Sit down, Karen. Sit down, Karen.
and then you heard him say, "You're going to jail."
Actually, that was the name of my character on Baywatch.
Was it?
No, it was Patty.
All right, so she might live in the Panhandle?
I don't know where this woman appears to be all over the place.
Yeah, she based out of LA, recently moved to Florida. She posted on a website she's looking for a room to rent for about $1,200
Right.
a month in Okaloosa County.
Right, so that's the Panhandle, Okaloosa. But here's the interesting thing. So Michelle, we're in Edinburgh actually. We're in Edinburgh, Scotland, and the story breaks. I play Michelle the video. Michelle starts searching for her, finds her Instagram page. So we're on the Instagram page, and I'm like, oh my God, this thing's still up, and it's all kinds of pictures of her and her dog, and so we start frame capturing. We start capturing some of these images because I'm like, I can't believe this Instagram is still on. While we're on the Instagram, it was turned private. Literally, we're on Instagram. Chloe on her phone goes to her Instagram and types in this woman's Instagram name. It was like Patricia.Cornwall on Instagram. Chloe goes, while Michelle and I were on her phone looking at her Instagram and looking at her private pictures, Chloe tries to go to it and it's locked. It was locked down. It was turned private. And
Did you get any screenshots?
yeah, we got like 3 or 4 screenshots of like the good pictures. So we have the screenshots. But then the New York Post went, they must have gotten them as well. But can you imagine while we're looking at it, she actually, the account was turned private while we were on Instagram looking at it.
All right, this thing is so much worse than the information we have. Did you hear about the remarks she made?
Yeah.
About telling her to sit down toward the back of the plane?
Yeah, and then she makes a Rosa Parks thing about,
Oh, my
you
gosh.
want me to sit down like in the back of the bus like
racist.
Rosa Parks? And it was just, listen, the only explanation, she must have been getting smashed at one of the bars at Tampa International before she got on this Delta flight. That's it. All right, the other one, and you got a little preview of that audio. I got all these Karen audio bites here.
This
So,
one is the.
this is crazy. I'll punch you in your bleeping face. A Karen threatens a restaurant worker. This is a TikTok video. Accuses the staff of drugging the food that she was served and then refused to pay, and then threatens to physically harm the waitress. This is crazy as well. All right, listen to this.
I'll punch you in your face. I'm paying for the lousy service to the head. I really shouldn't have to pay for it all. What? Oh, no, I'm not paying for that. You can forget that. If the food I waited for wasn't good, I'm certainly not going to take that. So I had a spinach salad and a soda. Yeah. So that's all I'll be paying for, bitch.
That's all. That's all I'm going to be paying for.
I love the French music.
Yeah.
What is going on
Watching
here?
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
But if you think you're something, no, listen. I came in here. I came in here, and somebody Mickeyed my food with a bunch of drugs.
Somebody Mickeyed my food?
She says, somebody Mickeyed my food with a bunch of drugs.
That's great.
Heard that in a while.
I mean, what is going on with people? It's like people are going insane.
Oh, I wish to be around an altercation like this.
She claimed that she was drugged at the restaurant.
I got Mickey.
She drugged herself.
Mickey Mouse.
She ordered 2 of the most expensive meals on the menu and then was going to take one home for later. But she thought that the steak was undercooked the first time. They took it off the bill. So she had to pay for what was the other entree that she got that she was going to take away.
This steak is undercooked.
So the TikToker said that this whole altercation happened right in front, rolls video on this thing. The woman was eventually escorted out of the restaurant. She then accuses the restaurant of running a drug ring and drugging her food for fun.
Mickeying her food.
Yeah, get her right.
Here, listen.
Save her 16. Why did you come back? It's at night. It's at night. She worked during the day because I wanted to speak to the owners to see what she told them. You come in here and ask for that? No, ma'am.
This woman sounds like she is like drugged or liquored up out of her head.
Well, of
The
course.
music in the background is the
Her
best.
steak has been Mickeyed.
She goes into a monologue almost.
I love her.
They're micking up her food.
And who says I've been Mickeyed? Nobody says that.
Slip me a Mickey. That's the expression.
Yeah.
Girls from Boston in the 1970s.
My God. But luckily, no whack jobs on my flights. You know what? I really haven't encountered much. Early on,
And you're looking for it. You're hoping for something.
well, early on, I was on a Delta flight to Boston. This was in, I think, February of when was it? I think it was. No, it was probably April or May of 2020, and I was on a Tampa to Boston Delta flight, and they had to warn a whole bunch of people to put their masks on, and then they said, if you don't put your masks on, we're going to have the Boston or the Massachusetts State Police waiting at Boston Logan. And then after like 6 problems, they finally straightened it out. Hey, folks, final segment coming up next. Just a lot of loose ends to get to. You know, it's always tough coming back after 2 weeks vacation. We couldn't even cover everything. So we got a big show, obviously, for tomorrow as well. With you got to hear Fester's pool story coming up. So final segment coming up next here on the MJ Morning Show. So stand by. Let's talk. Speaking of the end of the year. It is 9:34, and it's always rough coming back from like a 2-week vacation because I can't even remotely jam everything in. I've got great Festa stories we'll get to tomorrow. It'll probably take probably until the end of the week for us to normalize and get back on like our normal trajectory, but it feels great to be back. Here on the MJ Morning Show, our first live show of 2022. Also, we're in beta testing now, and I'll give out more details tomorrow, but we're streaming the entire show. So the entire show, instead of just MJT. Now, Cooper, we still going to do MJTV? We're going to do little chunks as well?
We'll probably take the best segments from the show and then just also put them on the same page.
Right, but you're able to watch the entire show now. Video. The cameras run nonstop in the studio.
Who thought of this idea?
I think it's a great idea.
We are very ugly men and beautiful Roxanne.
All right, I gotta go out with a bang here with our first show of 2022 because I got a lot of stuff we gotta get to. First of all, I teased a moment ago before we get to the celebrity wheel of COVID, and I've heard all the experts say like everyone's gonna get Omicron, and there are people that probably have had it or have it they don't even know because there are a lot of asymptomatic people or very mild cases. You might think that, oh man, I think my air conditioning's got dusty vents, and you might have Omicron. All right, so here's the deal. I just teased moments ago that if you're still clinging to this device, if you're still clinging to this item, if you just won't let go, today is the last day that it's going to work. I mean, literally, today's the last day. Do you have any idea to what I'm referring to? Anybody?
I think I have an idea. And it's a serious answer, not a joke answer.
Yeah, it has to be something like a device.
Well, I mean, isn't like one of the G's going away?
What? Like a 5G?
One of the what?
One of the G's.
Like a 4G?
Like 2G. Like cell phones. Like 3G's going away.
Warren G just put out a new album.
Did he really? I didn't even know he was alive.
You're kind of on the... Now, Froggy, hold on a minute. Hold on. Froggy, what do you think it is? What do you think's going away?
I think it's some sort of like an app.
An app?
Like what?
An app that has to do with music. A music app.
No.
I think it's microwaves.
Well, like Napster's going away?
Wait.
Microwaves?
What? You think today's the last day the microwave ovens are going to work?
We're going to have a guy come in and rip it out of your house.
You're a man of radar range from 1976. It's not going to work after today. No, that is incorrect. So, Fester, is that your guess?
I mean, what? I don't know. I don't know enough about it to give a guess.
It's very specific.
One of the G's are going away. Like 2G is gone. And it's like, there's a big hubbub about it because like certain
big hubbub.
Well,
yeah,
that's
in the G community.
That's not what up, G. That's.
Am I close? I don't know.
That's not what I have. Can you find a story that tells me that one of the G's is going away?
All right, I think is there a thing as 3G? 3G.
Shock G went away last year.
Oh, I want one of those watches. AT&T announced that it'll be shutting down 3G network February of 2022.
You're a month ahead of time.
I didn't know. You asked.
This is very specific.
You're close enough.
Is there anybody listening that's still clinging to this device? Today is the last day. What?
MySpace?
No. Today is the last day that your Blackberry will work.
Really?
Come on. Is anyone still using a Crackberry?
BBM me.
Remember, did you used to have one and
I did.
You text message people? It's like...
I did.
Because you have to hit all the keys.
You had the full-size key, the little clicky, little mini chiclet keyboard.
Yeah.
Today, the end of an era. Blackberry, they will no longer function after January 4th, or what they're saying is they'll no longer be expected to function reliably after today. So if you still use one of the Blackberries, it doesn't mean that you won't be able to send texts or emails or even dial 911. But BlackBerry announced the end of the BlackBerry phone was originally posted on the company's website September 2020. The last operating system was launched in 2013, and in 2016, the company announced the move away from phones. All right, come on. Is there anybody listening right now that is still using a BlackBerry? Come on. Is there anybody? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Tell me right now, is there anybody listening to our program right now that is still using a BlackBerry? Or do you know somebody that still uses a BlackBerry? I'm going to get 0 calls on this. I'm telling you right now. This request for phones is going to lay a goose egg. Come on. There's no one listening that's still using a BlackBerry. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Prove me wrong. Tell me to eat it. Is there anyone still using a BlackBerry? I cannot believe that the phone is going to ring once on this. If you or someone you know still uses a BlackBerry, 800-990-1047. We're going to get 0 calls on this. All right, so that's it. Today's like the end of reliable usage for a BlackBerry.
So
January 4th, 2022.
Before the iPhone came out in 2007, this was the device.
Yeah, Brick Breaker, man.
Oh, that's right.
Unless you're the Brick Breaker champion, you don't need a BlackBerry.
I never had the black one. I had the silver one, which I think might have been a more refined model.
Silverberry?
No, I had the silver BlackBerry.
That's confusing. How many damn colors do you want to put in there?
Oh, my God, the phones are ringing. You got to be kidding me. Hang on a minute. Tamara? Hello, Tamara, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hi again, guys.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this Tamara that called earlier?
Yes.
Okay. Tamara, are you using a BlackBerry?
I actually do for my cleaning service.
Why do you use a BlackBerry still?
Because if we get damaged or we drop into water or something, it's not that expensive for us to replace.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive after today.
All right.
Yeah, I just heard that.
Why not just use pagers?
Wait a minute. So you did not know that the BlackBerry was going to end?
No, I didn't. I actually, I don't pay attention to the news and stuff that much. My brother's in the service, so I kind of try to stay away from that.
All right. Well, listen, apparently it's not going to function reliably after today is the deal. Thank you, Tamara. Look, a 2-timer for Tamara. All right, Coop's on the phone with somebody else. Is this another call? Am I taking another one?
He doesn't have a BlackBerry, but it's what he has is still pretty dated. So
Oh, geez.
Great.
It's up to you.
All right.
I
Hi,
have a pager.
It's MJ. What do you have?
Hey, good morning, MJ. Love your show. I roll with a flip phone. I had what I call the Blueberry, but I didn't like all that typing stuff you guys are talking about. So I can text. I can actually Google stuff, but I just need to make calls and take calls, and I'm happy with my flip phone.
Yeah, but still, there are modern flip phones you can buy. I mean, those are. I mean,
If you like the flip.
But how old is your flip phone?
Actually, my newest one I'm talking to now is 1 day old.
Oh, so it's oh my God. Thanks,
Great.
Vince.
I didn't know they made flip phones still. So
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys think, and if you want, like you tell the kids, just Google it. I mean, there's like military ones that are waterproof, and they can do a ton of stuff now. It's just a little bit smaller screen, but I mean, they put in your pocket easy. I love them.
All right. Thank you. All right. So he's a flip phone, but he's got a brand new flip phone. Yeah, they still make flip phones. All right. Before we get out of here, we got the Wheel of Celebrity COVID, and let's give it his bid. All right. Oh, and it stopped on.
Well, they say there's no place like home for the holidays, and that's exactly where we are today. So, Happy New Year from all of our living rooms. As you can see, we're back in boxes and doing the show remotely, hopefully for just a week. I'm praying that it's just a week, but you never know.
Who's this?
Because this Omicron thing is all over the place, all over the place. Why am I here instead of Whoopi? Well, Whoopi unfortunately tested positive over the break, but she'll be back probably next week. But since she's vaxxed and boosted, her symptoms have been very, very mild. But we're, being super cautious here at The View. We'll be checking with her soon, so you'll see Whoopi too.
That's the really easy, smooth as butter Joy Behar.
My
Yeah.
it's really just great.
It's an easy listen.
Yeah. So Whoopi Goldberg has the COVID.
Oh my God! What if somebody named COVID got whooping cough?
All right, let's spin the wheel of COVID. Let's check out the next celebrity. Wheel of Omicron.
Can we get a shorter wheel?
No, that takes the drama away from
So
it.
the wheel is
It's a
the
lot of-
wheel.
It's a lot of wheel.
It's
all I'm
right
saying.
here.
It's a lot of wheel.
Late night host. Anybody want to guess?
Seth Meyer.
Jiminy Glick.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
Oh, I was a guess. I didn't know that.
no.
Jimmy Fallon's got the COVID, probably the Omicron.
Good for
All right,
him.
Yeah. All right. What else will we get out of here today? Oh, did you see? Oh, quickly. Did you see that CNN was trolled by all kinds of fake Twitter accounts?
Yes,
I mean, wait a minute. Come on. You're telling me that nobody at CNN, before they put tweets up on the screen, nobody, come on.
That's so funny. Bend over.
Bend over, Mike,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oxlong. I can say it like that. Mike Oxlong.
I didn't know he was a herder.
That's a good one.
Bo Nur. The CNN put these tweets on the screen.
That's hysterical.
What else? Oh, Hugh Jass.
That was me.
Seymour Butts.
Bart Simpson type.
This was New Year's Eve. CNN was putting all these clearly fake trolling Twitter accounts up on the screen live.
That's funny.
Bunch of dopes. All right, what else will we get out of here? I'm gonna have to say I got a pile for tomorrow. That's it. We gotta end. We gotta shut things down. But we got a lot of stuff for tomorrow.
Can we talk about the nude Betty White photos I found?
Froggy just sent me a bunch of photos of Betty White naked.
No, they're. You know what? Did I hear about that?
They're from like 1940.
Yeah. You know,
Okay.
You know what? I think I did hear about that.
They're awesome.
All right, folks, have a great day. It's great to be back. Our first live show of the new year, the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.